sword fight, fight, fight. Monkey sword fight, fight, fight. Monkey sword fight, fight, fight. Monkey sword fight, fight.
And it took me like 3 weeks to get used to this, mate. Don't you worry.
Weeks.
Fuck you. Prick. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Perth's Premier Podcast, Monkey Sword Fight, with me, your host Jordan Patrick, and my co-host Mr. Michael Dots.
We're with Dots. The amount of time invested in an idea has no relation to its usability. It's worth spending time to find out something doesn't work.
That's a bit
in
long.
some cases, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not your finest work, Mike. I won't lie.
Wow. We're starting off that way. Fuck you.
Got Andy Mack on the ones and twos as per usual.
What's happening?
We're also joined this week by professional boxer Ken Allan. How are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. Good. Glad to be here.
Thank you very much for coming, man. Kenny's going to talk to us about the fight game, how we got into it, and see what's cracking. First things first, do you want to sponsor our podcast?
Please do.
Negotiable rates, good reach, and we can provide you with an invoice for your tax purposes.
Yeah.
Any business, big or small.
Yeah, and there was an email in from Baynes.
Yeah, I was going to say that in...
So if they're listening.
Bane's loyal.
Yeah. Oh, that's why we couldn't read that Agony Andy, because we might have a potential...
We're selling out.
Yeah, we're selling out. We may have a potential company interested in us.
I was in Baines the other day and noticed a really nice moment between the young lassie went behind the counter and some guy that was sitting chatting her up.
Okay.
And they were both acting pure shy and coy about the way they were acting. So I was just sitting here watching it with like the two older women behind the counter, just like, this is nice.
Wait, what? So what happened?
So there was like a lassie walking behind the till in Baines,
Yeah.
obviously a bit shy.
Mm-hmm.
And like you could tell she was flirting with a guy who was the customer, who also looked painfully shy, just like the way he was standing wasn't really looking up, but you could both tell they were like
Bonding
they were
over sausage
macking on each
rolls.
other.
Yeah.
And then she gave him a order, she's like, oh no, I've forgotten your coffee. Obviously to try and get him to stay a wee bit longer. And he's like, didn't worry about it. And
Classic
then
move.
Sat and chat away, and then he's like, I came back in to put a couple of extra quid in the charity box and that, and he cracked another joke, and then he went,
He's
and I was
got money.
He's like, you didn't see that type of romance in Greg's?
You don't.
That's what I'll tell you.
I can't believe that he pulled the charity box move.
Well, it's
Smooth
nothing to him.
maneuver.
When you got money like him, it's
Oh, yeah.
nothing to him. You know?
Player.
Yeah. I thought, I was watching him, I was like, that's a nice touch, young man. Well played.
Well, for those who are wondering why we're mentioning Baynes, I wrote an email to them on, what was it? Was it Thursday?
On the strength of what as
On
well?
Friday. On the strength of their, was it chicken and haggis? A chicken and haggis pie. They had a pizza slice, chicken and onion pizza slice, and
the pizza with...
chicken and onion. Oh, toppings. Oh, yeah. Well, you got to get toppings from there. They don't really do pizza like that. But it's great. So I wrote them an email because I didn't see any of them on social media. I didn't see any Baynes social media. And just saying how much I enjoyed their stuff. And if they were happy to sponsor a podcast that refers to themselves as the Baynes Loyal. And they wrote back. They
say no?
No, they wrote, and they didn't say no, which is huge.
They didn't say yes.
Yeah, we won't specify, yeah.
I only said just a couple of pounds. Anything like 10 pounds a month from Baynes for us to mention Baynes, that would be good. That covers Podbean, and that would be awesome. But, keep my fingers crossed.
Maybe we should see if the listeners, because, I have been doing it over a year now. Maybe the time is maybe starting to get there to think about doing a Patreon sort of thing with special stuff, included with it, maybe. So I don't know, maybe our listeners could let us know if that would be something they would maybe willingly put £1 a month into. I don't know.
And
only you guys can tell us the answer to that. We don't know.
See, I wasn't even thinking even £1 because we got everybody to chip in like 50p, and then
Our listeners are classy.
What's funny too is because I was at Baynes in Sterling. We'll get into that a little bit more. But I was at a marketing thing, a digital marketing thing. And one of the things that they were saying was you have to picture your audience. You have to picture the people that you want to sell to, or picture the people you want to market to. And then I started thinking, like, if you had to like physically describe our audience, what would you do? How would you describe them?
That's a really good question.
That's the thing is, from the ones I know, we've got a really wide base.
So describe a person.
For the
person standing in the corner there.
Right,
describe them.
For the majority, I would assume guys 25 to 35 into combat sports and football.
Okay.
Shite patter.
And shite patter, aye. Somebody, my guy I work with is like, he released some songs. I talked to him a while ago. He goes under the name This Collision. and somebody had mentioned to the guy that sits next to me that he does music, and the guy's painfully shy about it. Really good. The tunes are brilliant, but like he's really shy, and he was at. Oh, anyway, like he was trying to deflect, and he goes, "This guy Jordan, he's got a podcast." I was like, you know, when you put on the spot like that, you're like, "Yeah, I do a podcast." you wouldn't like it.
That's the natural instinct, isn't it? To say like, "Oh, it's just silly," and I've stopped doing that. Now I'm just kind of like, "No, I do a fucking podcast."
It's like the guy sitting next to is like quite a high up where I'm working. And I'm just sort of like, I don't think I want you to see the podcast side of me when you're listening on fucking conference calls with me each day. So
didn't be shy.
But no, then I didn't tell people about it.
What about you, Andy? How would you describe?
I always feel that it's people who perhaps work in, a large portion of them are people who work in an office, work in a desk job, who have then the opportunity to put their headphones in as they're doing.
And ignore their colleagues,
Yeah. You know, let's be honest, fairly mundane administrative tasks.
Saying that, that's the job. But
be honest.
If you think about the numbers that we're getting, we're like I say, we're closing in on some good milestones.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll hit 5K this week.
Yes,
yeah, we'll hit that tomorrow.
But like, I don't know that many people.
You do. You know, I think that you brought a majority of the people to. I mean, we both work in a very popular area, so we both know them. But I think a lot of people have been brought on. I mean, you too, just through people that you know here.
But like people that I know that listen to the show, because I think the majority of people that listen don't actually know them very well.
Yeah.
Because like, apart from my mum,
don't scare them away now. Come on.
Apart from my mum, the only person I really speak to on the regular who listens all the time. I might be wrong. I know Vicky sometimes listens. She's in China.
Oh yeah, she says she does. Yeah.
Claire listens.
Yeah.
Claire is becoming a fast feature on this show. Like,
she is. Yeah, she sent in another
She got
one.
questions for this
she sent
week.
a question in.
Brilliant, love it.
Vicky sent a message looking for something from our old place of work, and she was saying, and we must have reread her message. And she said, "Sorry, that seemed kind of blunt." She's like, "I feel like because I listen to the podcast all the time, I feel like we always talk." I could just imagine her like on her way to work and me just rambling, us just rambling on. She's kind of like, "Mike, that sounds so stupid." As she would always tell me. So.
And you get Rachel as well, who then replies when we say hi, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
You'll say hi, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
You know what I mean? She always goes, "Hi, guys."
More feedback. Feedback that I'm disappointed to report on. The men wearing ripped jeans post.
Yeah.
Probably the most engaged with post that we put out there. And it was not in my favor.
What was the final numbers?
It was 24% bra and 76% nah.
Oh, that came down a wee bit. When I listened, it was like 80% now, so that's actually all right.
worse.
I've actually got a story to tell. It's just popped in my head. So I was out on a Saturday for my good mate Barry B. He's went to Davy's Head. Shout out to Barry B.
Barry B.
We
Barry
got some
Barra.
Kian, and I bumped into a friend of the show, boy I know listens a lot, Tony Leach. And we're sitting chatting away in the Royal, and he goes, I had to go home and get changed after work. I was like, how? Because I realised I had ripped jeans on. And he goes, and my wife's like, what are you getting changed for? She goes, Tony goes to his wife, I can't wear these, they're a no.
Love it, Tony.
Changing the culture. We're changing the culture.
Yeah, actually, I met a couple of guys. A guy we listened to, a guy called Brian Howie, says he knows you, Mike, from years ago. I think he lived across the road from you in your old place or your old in-laws place or something. Brian Howie, big tall guy with a beard.
Okay.
But anyway, he's a friend of my parents as well, so he was at Bazza's Wedding Baby's Head, and he was sitting chatting away about it. He comments on a lot of the posts and that, and he's a nice feedback. He says that it was just good to hear of all the stuff that's happening in Perth that we maybe wouldn't hear of because maybe they're an older generation. They don't engage in social media as much if they're not in that type of crowd. So he goes, it was good to see things like this in Perth happening because like they've lived in Perth their whole life and there was never really. There was football and a no bad music scene, but that's about it.
That was about it.
Do you know what I mean? So if you didn't do either of those things, then
there was nothing to do.
So yeah, that was nice. Nice to hear.
Kenny, what do you think of ripped jeans?
No.
Nah.
Top man, Kenny. Top man.
Shit.
Good segue though, Mike. Unless you got any other feedback about your fashion choices,
I'm done now. I'm hurting. I'm hurting this week.
Well, like I say, yep, you're all right, man.
Yeah.
I will say, I'm digging that jacket.
Oh yeah.
Digging that
Connie
jacket.
got it for me,
That's
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Digging that. Seen Connie actually.
Did you?
Saturday.
You did,
Before you
yeah.
mess with me, yeah.
Yeah.
Thing is, get this right. Mister never ever leaves his house, right? So I'm out, and on the one night I had to go home early because I had to take the wee man to the Celtic game on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
However, the Bazabi himself had to pop him in a taxi because, as you see at most Whitney babies' heads,
He's broken.
barely had to put his hand in his pocket and always had at least 2 drinks in his hand at any
He's
point.
a wee guy as well,
Oh, yeah.
Barry.
Yeah.
Tell you what,
Say
though, man.
again.
Shout out to Barry B. Honestly, one of my favourite people in the whole fucking world. Nicest guy in the
He
universe.
is. Nice dude.
But so I was walking up the road and Mike's like, "Where are you?" I was like, "I'm going up the road and getting a kebab." And he's like, "You're a woman." I was like, "What?"
He goes, "Oh yeah." The excuses came out. "Oh, I gotta go." I was like,
Yeah, I have to drive my child through the football tomorrow.
All right. No, I wasn't even out for too long anyway. I was just leaving work, and Connie was out with her mom and her aunt. They were at.
So you were probably in the pubs less than I was, and you gave me cheek.
I was there for like maybe an hour, maybe hour and a half, and there was a good band in there. Actually, I forgot the name, but they were pretty good.
Carloways.
Carloways, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that was on.
And
before I left.
I opened for them with Barkright just a few months ago for their EP launch. They are really
They're pretty good.
band.
They're pretty good,
listeners,
yeah.
Definitely check them out. They're
I'm not
good.
really a big band guy, but I went in there. I was like, "Oh, this is. I'm glad I came in because when you leave work, you're like, I don't know if I want to do anything." And I was like, you know what, I'm going to make the effort, and I went out.
As well as like if you're going to meet people who have already been drinking for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
That's going to
I
go.
hate
One,
that.
It's going to go one of two ways. You're either not going to catch up and you're going to end up looking after a bunch of fucking drunken idiots, or you're going to overtake them and end up in an absolute skitter. That's what I usually say.
Well, I was the
It's usually
designated.
double the efforts.
I was the designated driver, so I couldn't drive. I had the Red Bulls. I got them
So
like a
is
shot.
it?
just had the 3.
Yeah. You're in the boozer. In the boozer, you're not drinking. You're only there for an hour, and you call me a woman for going home at 11:30.
Yeah. So what?
Fair enough, Mike. Right, anyway, I think we've chatted enough shit. They say we're joined this week by Kenny Allan, good friend of Andy Max.
That's right.
Just about to embark on your first professional boxing fight, am I right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Deadly. So, well, let's go back to the start because there's a lovely belt sitting in front of us, which got me really excited because I've never seen like a championship belt in my life.
Yeah, I
At all.
immediately reverted back to like my young WWE days.
Yeah, the closest I ever seen was like the old school. My mate, a guy I used to grow up with, he had like one of the proper like authentic looking belts. That's the closest I've ever come. And it wasn't like this. It didn't have this nice furry lining.
We'll put a
say.
picture on the Facebook
Yeah, we
page.
definitely will. But so going back to the start, where did this come about? Because I understand from our good friend Andy Mack here that you were quite late in the game.
Yeah, about a year and a half ago, sitting at home, and I was just, I'd been out, and I was like, I can't be bothered. I was drinking all the time, and my dad had died a good few years prior to that, so I thought I'll do a charity boxing fight. This ultra white collar thing.
Yeah.
So I decided, 3 in the morning, I'm not doing this anymore. So anyway, I phoned up one of my friends, and he got in touch with a guy called Matthew McAllister, who helps out it's his dad's gym, the Granite City Boxing Club. Try to see if I could do it. Just initially I had to get fit, so I was so unfit. I hadn't done any physical. I'd stopped playing football years ago. I was so unfit. So he took me on round the gym, and first training session PT with him, it literally lasted 2 minutes, and I was being sick, So I was like, I don't know if I'm going
It's
to
mental
do
how
this.
quickly it hits you as well. Like
Yeah.
how like if you're just going about your day to day, you don't think, I'm alright, I must still be okay. I didn't usually feel that crap, and then when you do something like exerting for the first time in a while, feeling like your life's about to end.
Oh, it was horrific. That's by far the hardest thing I've ever done. The fitness required to even do 3 2-minute rounds,
Yeah.
which I've been doing previously, is just out of this world. Football has got nothing on it. So I started doing the PTs to get fit. 6 months down the line, thought, right, we'll try this white collar boxing. And they had us in, you had to do a couple of sessions with them a week, but I kept training, my personal training, and training every day, so I was doing it 6 days a week. And gradually fitness got slightly better, but the show ended up getting cancelled. So after all that training, it was like about 2 weeks before the event, it was due, and it all got called off. So I was like kind of at a loose end, so I kept training, and I got put on to Lee McAllister, which is Matthew's brother, who's like a former 4-weight world champion. He's just had his last fight, and that was in July, and he fought Danny Williams, the guy he's the guy who knocked out Mike Tyson.
Jesus Christ.
So he's the only guy who's ever gone from lightweight to heavyweight world champion.
Fucking hell.
So that was, anyway, Lee's been training me for now about a year. And at this point, it was the 2nd of March last year, I fought for that belt. And it's just a sort of IBA sanctioned charity belt. But, you know, that was what I fought for. And it was 3 2-minute rounds, and it was against a guy who ended up turning professional a month after that. So I got the win, and it's went from there. It snowballed from there to next 30th of March, I make my professional debut.
Fucking
Nice.
hell. So how many fights have you had?
I've had 3 proper ones. And we've had a lot more sparring and stuff, but 3 proper full fights.
Fucking hell. So how is it? So the transit, you see, your first session, you did on your arse.
Oh, completely.
So was it a conscious thing that you had in your head as you were going through the training, like until you got to a level that, right, I can do this?
After 6 months, I knew the fitness was there. You know, I was going out running 10 miles, no problem. You know, like, because there's so much training and you're eating right, you're pretty much eating like a monk. You know what I mean? Everything is regimented and your diet's strict, but you keep doing that and keep training, it eventually all comes into place. You know?
How quickly did you feel the improvement in your fitness?
Fitness, it took a while. It took a while. You know, by the time I fought the first fight, I was ready. You know, that's what, 6 to 8 months of training. That's when I felt that, you know, I could run through a brick wall. You know, you felt that fit. But
I don't know if I've ever felt that fit in my life. It sounds fucking brilliant.
no,
to be honest.
I was going to go, did you say 10 miles there, sir? Oh, no, because I don't know if people who do that.
I got this thing with my feet, so I just couldn't if I wanted to.
But no, it's, you know, the fitness comes. The more, if you keep doing it, repeating it and pushing harder, and gradually your trainer ups your training anyway. So, you know, you're continually pushing.
Yeah.
You know, so
Did you find there was obviously points in that 6 months where you're like, fuck this?
yeah, there's you miss so much.
Yeah.
You know, it's the drinking, the nights out with everybody. You know,
Yeah.
like even Andy, I've not seen Andy in quite a while. You know, because just training constant.
Yeah.
What's the thing that you miss the most while you're training?
Food.
Just food? Any particular food now?
McDonald's.
Chicken nugget after as well.
It's definitely the McDonald's.
So who were like some of the boxers that you followed growing up?
Oh, it's loads, everyone. I liked Mike Tyson. That was the
Of
one for
course,
me.
Yeah.
You know, so to see Lee fight the guy that I was actually inspecting, because I'm a qualified inspector now for the shows.
Oh, okay.
So I got the inside scoop to basically the whole fight, and seeing how folk relaxed and what they did, and that is in a sense is a learning curve for me for when I go into my pro fight, you know. So we're doing that, you know, like how do they prep? How do they keep themselves calm? Because I'm a bag of nerves, you know, and that tires you.
Do you feel like though, like a lot of people say the nerves are good though? Some people hate being nervous, but do you feel like you're not
Focus.
fully prepared until you're feeling the...
Yeah, you're focused. It makes sure you're aware of what's going on. You know, if you were too laid back going in the fight, I just personally think it would all go wrong. You know, but I'm always nervous. Like every time I've been before the fight, the walkout, you're
The
shaking.
adrenaline's pumping.
But when you get in the ring, you're like
Just settle.
snap,
Yeah.
and that's it. You know.
So how much preparation goes into like film preparation or going to watch the person that you're going to fight prior to your fight?
Well, with the level I'm at the moment, you know, there's not really much involved. If I get further up the ladder and there's TV footage of people, you know, then you're going to watch them, you're going to drill them. Like the guy that I'm fighting on the 30th of March, I've actually seen him fight before.
Okay.
The guy I fought for that belt, he fought him in his first pro fight. So I've seen him, how he functions, and I know what I need to do to win.
Okay, so you got a little bit of a leg up there.
Yeah. So I know what I need to do. Lee, my trainer as well, he, you know, what I mean, he's switched on. He can look at a fighter and figure out what to do and space out around to 2 rounds, you know. So with that, I just got to listen. That's the key. Everything. Just listen, and listen.
Just trust exactly what he's telling you.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You know, you don't listen, it'll go wrong.
Do you know, that's an interesting thing. I was just thinking on the back of what Mike's saying about film and footage and that kind of stuff. Is even if there's not like film or, you know, they've not been on TV, What's stopping you, like, going on their Facebook and having a look to see, you know, if they've been posting training videos and here's what I've been doing at the gym today, clips from their fights and all that kind of stuff? You do that kind of thing?
No, Lee won't tell me the name of the fighters that I'm fighting because he just wants me to focus on my boxing.
Oh, really?
And all my guidance will come from my corner, you know.
Okay.
If I focus and do what I know what to do, and to my strengths, I'll win the fight.
And surely then he's going to obviously then want to pick you an opponent that he thinks is going to give you the best chance of picking up a W for your first. You know, he's not going to put you in there against somebody who's, you know, skill levels way above you and that.
It's quite an interesting tactic, though, if you think about it. It means you're not focusing on what your opponent's strengths are. You're immediately focusing on your own strengths.
You need to do. Yeah, that's a really good idea.
You're not writing a game plan so much as that you're just preparing. Do you know what I mean? You're taking away that sort of like, not intimidation factor, but just like the building that your opponent up in your mind.
Yeah,
like,
you're not getting yourself nervous. You're focusing on your skill set and what you need to do, and everything else will fall into place. And if there's adjustments needed, he can tell you in the corner, like, do this.
How many other fighters does he train?
He has a load of fighters.
And does he do that with all his fighters, or maybe just the ones who are just coming on?
I think, you know, like with us ones in the gym, we're not getting to know who we're fighting. But when it comes to like title fights and stuff, you know who your opponent is, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You know, so it depends on the level of the fighter as well.
That's interesting.
What would you say then your strengths are?
My jab.
Yeah.
My jab's my strength. If I use my jab, I do well. The time I didn't do so great.
So it's just, is it like your speed just to find and pick the moment?
Yeah, I'm quite fast. Like, you know what I mean? The jab is straight down the pipe. So that's my strength. So in and out. Because you want to hit and not get hit.
Yeah.
So
sounds like the most important part.
Yes. So a lot of boxers that, not even just boxers, but anyone who's in combat sports, they normally have come from when they were younger, maybe got into a lot of fights, maybe in school growing up. But did you have that similar background? Or no, really?
No, that's the weird thing with this is the only reason I took this up was the charity fight initially.
All right.
And it's just kind of snowballed from there.
Never a scrap when you were younger at all?
No, it's never really involved in any bother, which is...
No, I'll back that up. Like, Kenny was never, like, getting into trouble and getting into scraps or anything like that.
It was all you, wasn't it? Yeah.
No.
Annie Mac's a lover. Not a fighter.
No, man, not at all. But, no, I can definitely back that up. That wasn't...
So were you a big boxing fan, though? Was that something you've always followed?
My granddad used to be a boxer. So, but he never wanted us to do it. You know? So this is kind of a big thing for him.
A lot of like sort of contact sports and mixed martial arts and boxing and, you know what I mean, combat sports guys that don't want their kids going into it.
Yeah.
Because as much as they love it, they know it's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Like, there's not many American football players that want their kids to then play football even in high school.
No. Do you think some of that is maybe just like, I'm providing? People that we hear of, they're like, you know what, I've made enough money so you don't even have to do that. You know what I mean? So I'm providing for you, so go do something that, you know, doesn't lose your body.
Especially in combat sports, is the risk of injury.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? It's easier to do things and put yourselves in situations that might be dangerous than it would be to watch your kid go and do that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I know Riley used to talk about playing American football, and I was like, no, son, let's not do that.
See, it's funny. Like, my daughter has recently expressed some interest in boxing. So her grandma's getting her some boxing gloves, and I think she got her maybe some pads to hit or something. Just like some kid stuff to do. So, which is interesting because I've heard her talk about. There was like a karate thing at the school, but she every time they put like a little flyer in the bag, she's like, "Oh, I want to do that." And we're like, "No, we're not doing everything that they put in the bag." But it'd be interesting.
They do it, and then you're like, "Right, we'll get you all the kit now because you've been doing it for a fucking fortnight later." I don't want to do it now. Bastard, kids are bastards.
The one thing with boxing is when you get punched for the first time. That's when you know whether you want to do it or not.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to ask, because you said that you hadn't been in a fight leading up to that point. What did it feel? Could you describe the feeling of getting, like, not just like your first punch, but like the first one that really like sparkled you? Could you describe the feeling?
To be fair, I've not actually had one that's made me sparkled yet.
This tough guy over here.
I've had one that's made my eyes water.
Oh, all right.
That was the worst one so
far.
far.
Where did it catch you on your face?
Right in the nose.
Right in the nose, yeah. That would do it. Yeah.
It's not even like, even a wee jab to the face. You don't have to get hit in the face hard for you to then be like, yeah, that's what that feels like.
Yeah.
There's a comedian I like. Well, Adam Carolla, you probably heard of him. He's on Love Line, and he was saying that he wants his son to learn how to get punched in the face. Not learn how to, but to get hit in the face. Because if you ever get into a fight later on in life, if you've been in a couple of fights and you have been hit in your face, you're a bit more composed. You know what I mean? Because sometimes people get hit in the face for the first time. They're like, oh, shit. And then it's just kind of like either I'm running or I'm just throwing wild haymakers.
Yeah.
But if you get hit in the face and you have a little bit of boxing know how to throw a punch, you may be able to survive if you have some sort of an altercation.
I've talked about this before. I think everyone needs to be punched in the face at least once.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Just to make sure you're not a prick.
It's to know how to react as well
Yeah,
once
exactly.
being hit.
Yeah.
Like you say, if I'd rather Riley got hit in the mush a couple of times now, and not when he's like 18 years old and all of a sudden out in the pub and gets hit with his first punch and he's like, how the fuck was that?
Yeah.
And get flattened.
Exactly, yeah.
Again.
So just saying that then, just not just like fighting in the street, but like, do you feel like it's helped you in other aspects of your life, like as an attitude thing?
Oh, absolutely. It's a discipline. You know, it's like any sport like this. Like you get karate, boxing, jiu-jitsu, all that. It's all a discipline, and your life, to an extent, well, mine is now, is regimented. I get up at a set time. I do this. I eat at this time. I train at this time. You know, your whole life revolves around it every day. You know?
What is it you do then? How do you see when you wake up in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, it's dark as fuck outside, you're shattered, you're sore, you're hungry. How do you get yourself out of bed? Like, what is it you say to yourself, like, right, fuck it, I'm on?
I want to win a belt.
Yeah.
That's it. I want to win something big. It's not this fight. It's the 5 fights down the line. That's what you're focusing on. That's what the goal is. You set little targets and you meet them gradually, and then when you meet that target, you set the next one. And that's how I've been doing it the whole time. The first one was have the charity fight. You know, the second one, it would get a little bit of experience. The next one after was I want to try and make it pro. So here we are, and after that, I want to win something. You know, so it's little goals, little targets, and keep pushing.
So what does a training day look like for you? So like Jordan said, you get up at 6 in the morning. How does it start? Because we see in the movies, like they get up in the morning. It's
Crack some eggs.
You crack some eggs, drink it, and then you're running down the road with the Mickey screaming at you out the car. You know?
I don't have to get up that early because I'm not working. This is what I do full time.
Yeah.
So I'll get up, say 9:30, go for a run. Or depending on my trainer, sometimes we've been going into the boxing club at 9:30 and do a couple of hours training. I'll come home, get something to eat, or go to Tesco for eggs and toast, you know, and then go home, get a bit of rest, and then go for a run in the afternoon. Depending on days, every sort of couple of days you do a big run. You know, you don't have to do massive runs every day, or you just be completely drained. You know, you'll run a bit more and more frequent and longer distances, kind of when you try to get the weight down. But you know, you'll do say a 5-mile run in the afternoon, go home, get something to eat, chill out a bit, and then you're going into the boxing club again at night. Could be 6 till 9, could be 4 till 8 at night. It depends when the sessions are on certain days. That's what we do, you know, repeat 6 days a week. Like I said today, that's my rest day today, and I'll be training the rest of the week. So.
Do you feel like as well? So we said at the start you didn't start till like in your 30s. So do you feel like when you come up against people, they might take for granted because you're a bit older than they might be? Do you think that works in your favour? Yeah,
the last fight I had was up in Peterhead as well, and there was abuse getting shouted from the crowd. One of the lads I was fighting, he was a younger lad, but I think he'd kind of not lost, and I felt physically stronger with being an older guy.
Man strength.
Yeah.
You know, with him still developing, that's where I felt that, you know, I was able to push him back, and it was quite easy, and he kept having to back off, and that's what won me the fight. So that's in a sense, I think, what we're thinking along the lines of here. The weight I'm going to be fighting at's flyweight for this one.
And how much is that?
That's 50 kilo.
50 kilo.
So it's about. I'm way to
Less
go.
than half my weight.
I need to
Do you
translate
know what's
that to
funny?
American. Hold on.
He was round at mine just before we came down, and I was like, so yeah, you're going in at like basically minimum weight then? He's like, aye. I was like, what's the kilos? What's that in stone? He's like, it's like 7.5 stone or something. I said the exact
110.
same thing as you. I was like, that's like half my weight, man.
110 pounds, that is, for any American listeners we have.
110 pounds.
I'll still be going down lighter than that yet.
Yeah,
I'm going down to 40. Going down to 48 kilo.
48 kgs.
What's like your walking around weight? Like
At the minute, I'm 54 kilo.
54. Okay.
So we're 5 weeks from the fight, so that'll steadily tick down.
And when do you try and gradually cut down the weight, or do you do like a final push?
Because this is the first time I'm properly cutting weight, it's kind of a bit of trial and error at the minute. The weight with the running seems to just fall off, so it's been quite easy so far. You know, diet, I'm eating about 1,500 calories a day at the moment.
Is that it?
That's it just now. You know, we'll adjust it once I'm down to weight. I can adjust it and eat a little bit more and stuff, but because it's first time for me, it's trial and error to see how my body reacts at my age as well.
Yeah, see, we were talking about that in the house before we came down. You know, I was talking to him about his weight cut, asking sort of how hard it was, because I was also saying to him, well, you know, a lot of people, you know, start boxing in their teens and then they're cutting weight all through their teenage years, through their 20s and that for competition, whereas necessarily Kenny hasn't had all those years of cutting weight. So I was asking him, did he find it harder in that respect, because maybe his body's not naturally conditioned to it over the years. It's just like, man, like, fair play. Like, I don't think I would be able to stay that disciplined and cut the weight like you are.
As soon as I get hungry, my willpower just disappears completely.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you deal with, I mean, you're probably used to it now, but how do you deal with not eating as much as you normally would in the early parts of your training, and then, because just water, Oh, okay. Because you feel like you're weak when you don't get that meal when you expect it, or you don't get those calories in you when you expect it, and you just replace it with water,
Yeah, I drink loads of water, so it fills you up. The other thing in the beginning was I was using your 10-calorie jellies. You know, so that would fill you up. That's how I was getting by to start with when I first started.
At the cups of the jelly things. Oh, okay.
They're only 10 calories, so you could pile yourself with them.
Oh, God.
Some boy, yeah.
Oh man,
This is why I brought him, right?
That sounds like my idea of hell was that little calories.
No way. Couldn't do it.
No.
I just think it's, you know, like, really hard going, like I say, without having all those years of the conditioning to then just be like, get straight into the mindset, right, this is what I need to do. But you know that yourself, it's what you need to do to achieve one of these goals on the way. So it's like, you need to stick to it and you need to do it. 1,500 calories a day plus all the exercise, the training.
It's hard. It's really hard.
Yeah.
You're tired.
Difficult.
You know, like, you're not eating carbs after 2.
Yeah.
So at the moment, because I'm basically wanting to rip up and get the fat burn off. But you know, in that sense, you're trying to turn your body into a fat burning machine. And the way you do that is you don't have like the rice and things like that after 2 o'clock. So it's basically like chicken and broccoli with a bit of light soy sauce and stuff like that, you know. So
Yeah, but you're eating it every
Not all
meal.
day, every day, yeah. So tell us a little bit about, you had the little magazine there promoting your fight, I assume. Tell us a little bit about what's happening, what's coming up.
On March 30th, in Peterhead, fighting. It's the first professional fight that's been ever held in Peterhead. So that's my debut then. Obviously, it starts, doors open at 7:30. Main fights start about 8 o'clock. I've got a bus running from Perth up to Brechin and then up to Aberdeen and then up to Peterhead. So it's a free bus, and if anybody's wanting to come, you know, they can jump on the bus and just give me a message.
What's the name of the venue in Peterhead?
It's at Peterhead's Leisure Centre. So they've got a bar, everything set up for the fight, and the licence is all approved and stuff. So it's going to be a good night, you know. It's first time it's ever been done up there, and that's what my promoter, Assassin Boxing Promotions, he's trying to basically get the little towns to get their shows and stuff, you know, because there's a lot of talent gets missed out. A lot of people don't get the opportunity, you know, and there's older people there that have boxed and they can't get to the big shows in Aberdeen. They don't drive. If it's in their local town, they're more than likely to come along.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's just things like that. Like we love, like, same with Blend, for instance. You know what I mean, small towns just didn't get the opportunities to host things like this, whether it be sporting events or art events or music events. I mean, it's tough. So seeing things like this happen is really good.
It is, yeah.
Well, I've got my second fight's already planned, and it's going to be in Brechin, where me and Andy are from. And that's going to be at the Town Hall in Brechin on the 18th of May. So that's, again, it's another small town. But that, again, will be very similar Obviously, it's still getting finalised and everything just now, but that'll be the second one. So it's every 2 months.
So what do you feel like what's your goal then to get to a title fight? What's
Well-
the timeline you've got planned in your head?
Well, Lee's basically set it all out. He's planned a route that he thinks I can go and fights that he's got eyed up. I'm hoping by the end of the year to fight for a title.
Nice.
Maybe say October, November time. That's the aim. Because of the minimum weight division, there's only like 210 fighters in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas welterweight, there's like 3,000.
Mm-hmm.
So, for me, I should be able to climb up the rankings quite quick.
All right, so
Providing I win,
when you win, man. When you win.
When you win, yeah. So how often are you able to fight? I guess it really depends on the fight, or do you only want to say, look, I can only do this 5 times a year just because I don't want my body to go through?
Well, obviously with my age now, I'm wanting to get as much done as quickly as I can. And I'm literally just train, eat, sleep, train, repeat, basically, with this. And let's say that'll be every 2 months near enough, hopefully, all the way to November, they'll get the fights in. Try to get 4 or 5 by the end of the year. That's the idea. But if I do get beat, knocked out or whatever, I think you've got 30 days before you can fight again.
Okay.
So there's
that's
various
a good
things
rule.
depending on results and stuff like that. But no, that's the idea. Hopefully October, November, you get a title fight.
Did there only being 210 fighters in the world at that weight, did that kind of was that a major influence on you going pro? Just to say, like, you know what, this is a field that I can get into because there aren't too many people doing it?
Yeah, when we talked about it, that was kind of one of the things. If I was a welterweight at my age, it wouldn't work. Realistically, I've got an opportunity here. I'll be a big flyweight. Like a lot of the lads are like 5'2". I'm 5'4", nearly 5'5".
5'3.5".
But, it's it gives me an opportunity where I would never got this if I was.
Yeah.
Is it probably a good thing as well that you're coaching that you sort of notice that fighters at that weight, decent fighters at that weight, are a rarity as well?
Yeah, they all seem to be sort of over the other side of the world, over America, Mexico, Thailand, Japan. To be honest, I think I'm probably going to be one of the only ones in Britain, minimum weight fighters. I don't think there's actually, when you look up box rec, there doesn't seem to be any in my weight in Britain. So that could be another thing.
Stepping on the scales prior to the fight at 7.5 stone, there's
not many people.
many people can make that weight.
No.
No, not in my wildest dreams would I ever be able to get anywhere near 7 stone. Last time I was a flyweight, I was probably about 8-year-old.
Nah. Wait, you were born a flyweight, weren't you?
Probably, to be quite fucking honest with you.
Shout out to Mama Peta carrying you around for fucking 9 months.
She tells me, she describes me as the most painful experience of her entire life.
Nah.
Love you, Mum.
Still to this day.
So it is caused an
putting it through
immense
it.
grief. But I will just touch on it as well before we move on to our usual brand of utter shite baggery.
Shite baggery.
Andy mentioned before as well that you do some anti-bullying work.
Yeah, it's actually my promoter, Lee McAllister, and my pal. He is basically building a £10 million health and fitness village up in Aberdeen. And he's had a Beat the Bullies programme ongoing lately, because up Aberdeen way it seems to be rife. The bullying's just shocking. Only the other day we were at a house in Bankery with a lassie that had been, there was video footage of her getting hauled and battered by about 6 folk. It was horrible, but there seems to be so much of this that he's basically went to schools and bringing them into the club, basically teach them to defend themselves, and it kind of backs them off that they're at a boxing club getting taught, and a lot of them that have never had any bother since. They've not had to defend themselves since they've been at the boxing club.
They get a bit more confident. They don't need to. There's almost an air of, do you know what I mean? Like the confidence, like you said, there's not the lack of fear automatically presents itself, and they tend to not be bothered anymore.
Yeah, and it's just, the confidence is a big thing. You know what I mean? But there seems to be in Aberdeen that, it was up the Northfield area of Aberdeen that was really bad at that school, and he's getting emails every day. Must be several a day regarding things happening. But you know, it's the way things are going nowadays, is it?
I've always found bullying a strange thing to try and explain to a kid as well.
Yeah.
Because you always explain to your kids, don't go about fighting, don't start shit. However, you've got to try and explain to them, right, but if someone starts shit with you, then, you know what I mean, don't back off, don't allow it, do you know what I mean, fight back. But if, seeing like a kid, I was bullied when I was younger, and it's horrible, because you automatically feel like right into the corner if there's more than one person, and when you're a kid, a fat wee Jordan Patrick, do you know what I mean? It's not fucking, I mean, it's hard going, so like, it must be really beneficial for these kids to see that they can put their time and their energy into something constructive.
Oh, definitely. But it's the mental side of things that, you know, the mental scars that they'll be left with and things like that. That's the side, the physical side you can deal with quite easily, you know, but it's the mental side. But, you know, it's so many people now, that so many kids are getting the same problems. But it's not just the side of the people getting bullied. You know, the bullies themselves
Are getting bullied.
have got something at their side, you know. So it's about educating both sides, and that's hence what he's trying to do with that side.
My daughter, like, when she, I mean, she by no means has like a serious bullying problem in school, but you know how sometimes you get cliques of people, and then one day they're cool, one day they're not cool. So she tells me, like, she's like, someone did this to me. I'm like, well, don't let these people do anything to you. You know what I mean? Like, you have to stand up for yourself. And her main thing is, well, I don't want the teacher to be angry with me. Because, you know, they put the teacher on such a high pedestal. The teacher just doesn't want anyone busting their head open in class because there was a fight, you know what I mean? Or someone got kicked in the head. So they say, don't hit, you come get me and you come tell me. But I'm like, I understand what Mrs. So-and-so is telling you, but, you know, if you don't want to feel the way you're feeling now, you have to defend yourself. You have to speak up and you got to defend yourself. And that's all mental. It's just overcoming that and overcoming what the teachers say as well.
Yeah, I've always sort of said, my old man always said to me, don't start a fight, finish it.
Yeah.
So like, if I ever found out that
Papa Pats.
Oh man, dropping. That's a word with dots there.
He's putting a cigarette out on the porch when he's saying that. You finished that shit.
Cigar, bro. Papa Pat smokes cigars. But like, she said the mental bits. So have you had like sort of stories off the back of it where like a positive effect's been felt? Like, obviously you'll get the people getting in contact with the messages of what's going wrong, but like, do you get much feedback after the session been held,
Well,
after you speak to people?
It's Lee that deals with all this side of things. We're there just to support, you know, and help out in the gym and stuff when everybody comes in. But, you know, I think the positive fact is that the schools have to respond, because a lot of the time the schools haven't been doing anything, and once it's been highlighted, they've then acted, and that in itself seems to be solving the problems. Because I don't think the schools want to take responsibility for it happening.
I think sometimes people forget that the school doesn't have eyes and ears everywhere. You know, it's just not possible. And a lot of stuff goes on in school that the teachers just don't know about.
The teachers don't know about, and also because it's like it's touchy now with things that you can't say. Everyone's politically correct. So now, you not only do you have to take into consideration the child that's getting bullied, the child that's doing the bullying. The teacher may know something that's going on at home, but they can't say anything about it. The school may know something that's going on, but they can't say anything about it because that's data protection and all that other stuff. So sometimes the school gets caught in the middle of it. However, I think they should make more of an effort at times, depending on the situation, of course.
Yeah, that's a really fair point, Mike. But it's just, it comes down to, again, their hands are tied by red tape.
Totally understand that.
You know, you're right. You just want them. Can you not just go that extra mile on this occasion? But as soon as they do that,
well, you see
sets a precedent, and then they got to do it all the time.
somebody's in trouble.
I'd much prefer my band just sweet chin music and they would practice getting on hassle. It's like tuning up a band in the middle of fucking.
I just want to tell my daughter, like, look, if you get suspended, don't worry about it. You have to answer to me. They send you home to me.
That's
so
what I
as
said.
long as you can explain it, you're cool.
I said to her, as long as you're always 100% honest with me about what happened, and you've defended yourself, I'll believe you.
Yeah.
But don't try not to.
Don't get expelled.
But it isn't, because I know for a fact a couple of the boys on my laddies' football team that have come right out of their shells by doing a sport, by not so much even not even a combat sport, but just doing a sport and being part of a team or a unit or competing in something, and the difference is made to those kids.
No, definitely.
Is unbelievable. So yeah, definitely, I think it's a great idea. They're trying to get kids confidence up through different sports. That's, I think, something that should be pushed a bit more in this country, especially.
Yeah, I think team sports within school would help eliminate that as well. You know what I mean? If if someone's getting bullied within the classroom and then they're going out and playing on the same playing field, most likely it would eliminate that a bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You see them as a teammate, so
That's true.
it'll stop it.
Still got to be decent at football, though.
Yes, you do. Or that will start more bullying. Yeah. I got bullied when we played football, I think.
No, you don't, mate.
That's a problem at school, though. The folk that get bullied are the folk that are shite at football. The folk who are
Yeah.
decent at football are usually doing the bullying.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but
Not all the time.
there are cases where that's generally the case.
There's, I think there's sufficient backup data for
Folk
that.
who are good at
For
football
that
didn't get
sweeping
or-
statement.
Well, no, folk who are really good at football, the popular kids at school, they didn't get bullied.
No.
No.
But the ones who didn't play football because they were shite and spent their time in the library and stuff like that instead, they got bullied.
We morts.
Funny.
Anyway, Kenny, thank you very much for talking through us, man. All the best with the fight. We'll share the poster and everything like that on the.
Yeah, send
on
us a
the-
link to that, and then
Yep.
well, I'll share that a photo of that, and then we'll share a photo for your.
Can I also say a thank you out to Natalie King at the SK Dental today. They got me a gum shield and everything.
Oh,
It's
cool.
for
Yeah.
sponsorship for my fight, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Go say it again. Go say it again. Chuck it in.
Natalie King, thank you for the sponsorship today.
You can also sponsor us as well if you want, Natalie.
Right.
We want mouth guards too.
Yeah. Go to
Andy,
Baynes to eat a pie with my mouth shield on.
Putting a gum shield in when
Aye.
Paul gets sick of the Mama Pat's jokes.
Oh, fuck. He was going to batter me, yeah. I haven't made any for weeks, let's be fair.
Paul doesn't listen anyway.
I know.
Right, but if you're happy to, we're going to sit and talk some shit. So if you want to get involved in the crack, what have we got on the list for this week?
I saw a good question on Twitter the other day.
Okay.
Do you think you could defeat in physical combat the most famous person who shares your name, and who is that person? So the first person I thought of was Michael Jordan, and then I was like, probably couldn't beat Michael Jordan, but it's probably Mike Tyson, and I definitely can't beat Mike Tyson in physical combat.
Michael
So,
Jackson.
I can beat that dead. Let me not go any. Let me not go any further there.
I love the way you looked at Andy like,
I'm
am I gonna
Andy
say it?
like.
No, I was looking away. I
I'm
was
coming
trying
off
not to
track.
make eye
I was like, I'm
contact
coming off track. Nah. Michael Jackson was a skilled dancer. You never know. He may give me some sweet chin music.
there. Dance you to death.
Yeah. Nah, definitely couldn't beat Michael Jackson or Michael Jordan in a fight, so I'm out. Who's the most famous Jordan?
Katie Price, probably.
You get ridden to death.
I'm not entirely sure I could beat her in a physical fight, man. She looks like she would fight
She's
dirty.
in good shape. Well, she was in good shape. I don't know anymore.
It's just, I don't know. I'm trying.
Whacked in the face by one of those titties, like clobbered in the head with it. Fucking knock you out, man.
There's not many other famous Jordans, is there?
Let's Google it. Famous Kenny. What about you?
Don't
Famous
know.
Kennys.
I don't even know. Kenny Douglas.
Yeah.
Okay, dog. No, maybe in
He's
a-
old as fuck now.
Can I
bother.
take him easy? I was going to say Kenny Rogers.
Rogers. He battered him as well.
I'm trying. I can't even think anymore. The River.
Jordan Peele. He's a famous Jordan.
I don't know who that is. Oh, that's the.
He made the movie with the cup and the stirring with
Get
the black
Out.
guy. Got out. Yeah.
Jordan Peterson.
I could fuck up Jordan Peterson.
Yeah,
Like.
please do go fuck up
Jordan Peterson, I could
He's
fuck
so
him up
annoying.
easy.
I don't understand how he is as famous as he is now. He is super annoying. He just uses huge words, and people go, "Oh yeah, he must be right because he does a lot of talking." And it's
speaks-
like,
he
no,
speaks
he's
well,
an
though.
asshole.
He also,
just-
he also
speaks
believes in
well.
government mandated girlfriends, though, but that's a different story altogether.
He's a moron.
I could fuck him up. I was trying to think anymore. Yeah, I reckon
Jordan Peele or Jordan Peterson.
I could fuck Jordan Peterson up. Jordan Peele, that's I don't know. He's an unknown to me.
Okay.
He's a good director, but is he a bit of a pansy?
I don't know.
Don't know. Was he like a proper inner city type of guy, or is he like? Did he
No,
come from-
he's not. He's not.
Nah, yeah,
he's a little
fuck.
podgy too. I think you
Yeah,
can take him.
I think
I
just
think you're stronger than
tire
him.
him out cardio wise. Just dance around them, and I'll probably have a lie down.
Famous Kennys. Kenny Rogers. He's 80. You can take him out. Everybody else, I don't even know one here. Kenny Holland, who is an Instagram star. We'll just give you the benefit of that on that one. You could not.
Kenny G.
Kenny G. He was
Kenny
at
G.
Kanye's house recently.
Smooth sax.
Yeah.
Smooth jazz.
So you think you could take on Kenny G, and fight and win?
I'll fight anybody.
Oh, stupid
Love it.
question on my
Kenny
part.
G. Fuck Kenny G.
Fuck Kenny G. Get him out of here. Andy.
All
Is
I
it
could-
Andrew?
I had you to think, and all I could think it was Andy Gorham.
Is it Andy or is it Andrew?
It's Andrew.
Andrew. Sorry. So let's get famous Andrews. We'll probably get more.
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Oh.
I could beat
You can take him like,
State
can't
man.
beat the
He looks like
brakes
I've
off
already
him.
battered him.
Can we have that as an episode title? He looks like I've already battered him.
Oh, Spider-Man. What's his name? Andrew.
Garfield. Oh,
Andrew
you fucking
Garfield.
take him too.
Smash.
He was Spider-Man.
Battered.
He was Spider-Man. What do you mean?
Have you seen he's all cutting a bit of thin and art house? Like he's like, you can probably do a thing if he had the spider powers, but nah.
What about
Andrew Dallas. Ooh.
What
Get
about
my
Andy?
tinfoil hat on.
comedian Andy Dick? What about him?
Oh, he got his arse whipped. Not Andy Dick. Who am I thinking of?
Andy
Kaufman. Aye, he
Oh,
got-
Andy Kaufman.
He was the one who got in the scrap with.
They're all
Jerry
a bit
Lo-
softies,
Jerry-
Andy.
Jerry-
You're the hardest one.
Jerry-
The register, I'm going to get my name changed.
Jerry Lawler. That was who Andy
Iron.
Kaufman had the fight with.
Oh yeah,
Did
yeah.
you see the film with Jim Carrey? Jim
Yeah.
Carrey pissed off Jerry Lawler legitimately as well.
did,
by
yeah.
acting like Andy Kaufman.
He was out of his mind on that though.
Yeah, I think Andy could take. They all seem to be quite art housey. I reckon you could take
Yeah.
them off.
Yeah.
I think it fit right
Andy's
in
like
there.
it's a very creative name actually.
Still though, like that's the episode title. I will reiterate. He looks like I've already battered him. Belter, absolute belter.
Yeah, he's a
Andy
bit
Mack.
fucked looking, but yeah, he's got a lot of money in the bank, so I'd look like that with that bank
So
account,
we've
mate,
got
happily.
two wins and two losses here because I reckon.
Yeah.
No, actually, no. I'd take Jordan Peterson, but if we're talking Katie Price, I'm already beat. Like,
You're beat by those boobs, aren't you?
Gets the fucking nails and that into you
Exactly.
as well,
Right
man.
in my
Take
in
your
back.
scratch your eyes right out,
right,
man.
mine.
I was gonna say something really bad, but I'm not gonna. I'm not going to.
God damn.
Speaking of,
I was talking about our tits, Mike. It's fine.
fair
Just-
no, let's go down. I'll tell you. Remember to tell you after the show. Okay, we're being nice this episode. Speaking of Twitter, also on Twitter, did you see Peta? It was Steve Irwin that had him on the Google Doodle
Yeah.
page, and
Never saw this.
Peta chimed in. They retweeted the Google Doodles page, and they said Steve Irwin was killed by harassing a ray. He dangled his baby while feeding a crocodile and wrestled wild animals who were minding their own business. Today's Google Doodle sends a dangerous phoning message. Wild animals are entitled to be left alone in their natural habitats. Fuck off.
I'm inclined to agree.
Yeah,
This
but-
makes me want to just go
I-
to the store and just get some meat and just
Okay,
eat
well,
it. Like,
I agree purely for the fact that I could not stand Steve Irwin.
yeah,
like,
how
but
could
we
you not
need
like Steve
people-
Irwin?
I found them unbelievably irritating.
Steve Irwin's actions were not on target with his supposed message of protecting wildlife. A real wildlife expert and someone who respects animals for the individuals they are leaves them to their own business and their own natural homes. It is harassment to drag exotic animals, including babies, from their mothers. Around from TV talk shows to conferences and force them to perform as Steve Irwin did. Animals deserve to live as they want to, not as humans demand. The Google Doodle should represent that.
Listen, you could take them
But
away.
where are we going with this?
Listen, you could take them away from their mothers or whatever, or you could leave them with their mothers, and then 15 minutes later they're eaten by another predator, and it's game over anyway. Fucking nonsense.
I just thought it wasn't
Fucking
very
raging, man.
tactful to do that on. I think they were.
It was his anniversary or something.
It was some type of anniversary. Let me see. Today
I
celebrates.
Tell you what, man, if you boys looks even more annoying than him.
The boys is going around the late night circuit now, bringing animals with them and showing them off. And I think the daughter too. I think the daughter was
Bindi.
Bindi.
Irwin.
Jordan wants to bin Bindi. There you go.
She's only about 12, mate.
That's all it be. You want to get rid of. You don't like a dad.
all right, I was
You don't like
gonna
a dead dad.
It sounded like you were being a bit creepy there.
Absolutely not.
I thought that's what he was meaning.
I just thought that wasn't a very good time for Peter to express those. And their social media team.
It's
was
just
very
trying to
poor.
be a fucking smart arse when there's no need for it.
What's it called? Outrage.
Recreational outrage.
Recreational outrage and outrage marketing. That's what it's called.
What do you think, Steve Irwin? Kenny?
Knob.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro.
You Scottish just don't like fucking Australians because
Hard,
they got a
man.
better
I
accent
love
than you.
Australians.
It's an absolute.
They do not have a better accent than us. You can
Shall
back
we
that
put
shit.
Steve Irwin on the Braw Or Naw list?
It's going to be a resounding. Did we get many in?
We got a couple. We started some from last week anyway. But also, I was mentioned earlier. I was on digital.
Sorry, can I just go on the back of that? Mike's note just says, Peta being cocksuckers as per. Have you got beef with Peta?
No, it's unnecessary. I don't mind what they do. I even don't mind the whole outrage kind of, let's bring the hidden cameras into the slaughterhouses. I don't mind that because it'll put some people off meat and then it'll help save the world. Cool. But stuff like this is just tacky. It's
As per.
yeah. That sounds really stuck up. Sorry. Yeah, I was on the digital marketing course this week for work. And first of all, I had is it the A9 that takes you to Glasgow?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about these average speed cameras? Because they fucking annoy me a lot. Like, do they actually work? Because I was doing like 65 the whole way to Stirling, and people had to be doing like 85. Like, yeah. I don't understand.
Just drive it next time at 85 and see what happens.
No, yeah, I'll probably get 90 tickets. Yeah, but how are these people blowing past? Were they cops? What's going on?
Don't know. I don't know. I've often wondered what's going on there. Like,
some folk drive it that often that, do you know what I mean? They know which parts to speed up in and when to slow down and that. Because I think I hate driving through to Glasgow. You're almost always guaranteed to have some twat behind you.
It's all right. Once you get to Stirling, it's fine. Once you get to Stirling, it's fucking...
Yeah.
It's not even that. It's like I hate driving in Glasgow. I hate driving in any big city. It just stresses me the fuck out.
I don't like Glasgow.
Perfect. That's just segued that beautifully, right? This guy in front of me here, seeing the days before sat-navs and GPS on your phone and all that. This guy, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of miles this guy's driven, but you tell a story about when your mum listens. Does she know about this? When you had to go down to Cardiff for your driver's licence? No, Swansea.
It was Swansea. Other day, I was at work and I was like, shit. My driving licence expires tomorrow. And it was at the bit where, it was like you hadn't sent away your provisional to get your licence back. Yeah. And I just forgot to do it. And I literally had a day. I was like, this is never getting there in time. Because it was like 3 o'clock or something, you know what I mean? It was like, right, okay. Phoned up my mate. What are you doing? Oh, no, I'm just chilling out. Fancy going to Swansea? So we drove down through the night. Flat out all the way, because basically thought I'm not going to have my licence, am I? So it was flat out all the way, and eventually got down to Swansea.
How long did that take, that drive?
Oh, it took ages. We ended up missing a turn. And
Was
going
that
down
in the Corolla?
I was in the Corolla.
I was going to say about an hour and a half. How long it would have taken you?
But no, it was early morning when we got there. Like, it was all or nothing,
A lot of coffee consumed on our ride.
We got there because you didn't have maps. We didn't have time for anything. It was literally close in a bag and go. So, but we got there and handed the licence in and drove back up the road.
Wow! Slower on the way back up.
It was kind of like that. I was like, shit, I got to film my work. So I won't be in the day. I'm in Swansea.
It's just when like John's talking about, you didn't like driving in big cities and that, like you get like flustered of that if you didn't ken where you're going. The amount of places I've gone with Kenny, obviously just driving, man, I've never seen anybody who doesn't know where he's going, didn't have a map or GPS or anything, but never ever went the wrong way once. Never seemed to miss a turn or an exit. I never ever once panicked, man. Like trips to Blackpool, fucking, just fucking go, man.
I had to like engage my dad powers, because the wee man's sitting next to me, and the sat nav's taking me here, there, and fucking everywhere. And he's like, "Do you know where you're going?" I was like, "Oh, come on, I'm going." The whole time thinking like internally, anxious as fuck, just like where I'm going. I'm going to end up making something wrong. Somebody's going to fucking crash into me. These people will probably think I'm a dick, and they can tell I didn't care where I'm going. The whole time freaking out. Ended up taking a wrong turn and finding where I was going anyway. But fucking hell. And then tried to get home from where I'd parked near Celtic Park, and then my sat nav took me somewhere that was obviously a new street, because it's like turn left, and I looked left, and there was a brand new pedestrian footpath where probably there once was a road.
I was just taking it anyway. Right?
People diving out of the way.
Sorry, it's a sat nav. But no.
No, this guy's driven. He's driven everywhere. Never once seen him like lost, miss a turn. It's quite incredible, actually. The amount of hundreds of. You probably could have bought yourself a fucking new house. The amount of money you spent on petrol over the years.
So there's been a fair few miles, like, and a fair few cars as well over the time.
always
Them
got the
right.
minis. Well, that's what his dad. I'll let Ken tell you. His dad used to do the minis and that as well. So he used to refurb old minis.
Aye.
Yeah, so we've got a few of them. But you can only drive one at a time. We've got 5, so it's like, you know. But brothers, he's doing a lot more with them now. I've not had time to do it, but we've got a 1071S rally car, you know, and it's cracking fun. The old thing. And I've got an old GP Mini, so it's like a 2-seater one. It's all tuned. It's rapid, like.
You
so-
see them all the time. Like minis just look like they were built to go much faster than they let them out the factory with.
Oh, it goes. It shifts like he's seen earlier.
Oh yeah, like I've seen them all. I remember like we were growing up in that. Always like in Kenny's Drive, his old man would have been working on whatever rare as fuck mini chassis or whatever he'd got a hold of. You know, it'd be like really rare stuff, and then he would literally do them up to what they would have been like when you bought them. Probably
Out
back
the
in the day,
factory,
out the factory. Incredible stuff. Like
I like an old mini. I don't be fucking with the new ones.
I like
but-
the new ones.
Do you?
I've got the new one and the old ones.
I just had the wee ride down in the new one, which I hadn't been in, which was nice.
Delta.
Very nice.
Good times. Okay.
Sorry, wee segue there, eh?
Well, else you got Mikey Dots?
Not much, really. The digital marketing thing.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Yeah, it was good. It was good fun. Learned a lot. Not really having to do with my job, but it was good to kind of put it in perspective of the podcast, though, and hopefully try out a couple of things that I learned. It's just crazy how much like data is actually out there that people put out there, first of all, and that just by doing a Google search, like he was showing us like Google Trends, and you can search how many people have searched for a certain term or a word over a period of time, and it's like you can put that into your marketing campaign. It's like, wow. And I found out that Edinburgh is a big podcasting market, so maybe we should start fucking advertising out there. Yeah.
I was going to ask you, did you have a look at any? Because I would have done that. I would have typed in like monkey sword fight and shit like that, and had a look at some trends and stuff. Did you do that?
I did put in monkey sword fight. Nothing came up, so I don't think anyone's
Lies,
Googled
Google.
this.
Lies.
Pause.
But I checked out like different podcasts and where people search for podcasts, and yeah,
Okay,
it was
okay.
Edinburgh came up, and it was like two towns in England too.
It'll be a big student town as well. I think podcasts are big with that.
Oh, would be, yeah,
You know what I mean? And then commuters as well. It's a commuter town, isn't it? So
yeah,
I was shocked how many of the students at the college like listen to podcasts and that as well.
yeah. It's huge.
It's
Man.
like,
I find them ideal for when when you just don't know what you want to listen to.
Yeah,
And like you can't pick when I'm looking through my Spotify, I was like, I didn't know what I actually want to listen to. I was in the podcast is just an easy way to get around that.
I'm so cheap that because I pay for the streaming thing, I feel like I need to listen to music more than I listen to podcasts. So I'm like, if there's a choice between listening to music or a podcast that maybe either I've listened to or not the most recent one, I'm like, fuck that, I'm putting the music on.
Yeah.
I'm spending this money, baby.
I feel like I've never got enough time to listen to as many podcasts as I want to.
No. Some of them are getting long too, man. It's like 3 hours for a podcast.
I just-
Joe Budden one is like 3 hours.
I
I'm
just
like,
unsubscribed to Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Yeah, today.
You
I was-
hate him now.
I don't hate him. Do you know what I mean? But I was just looking at the last guest that I found quite enjoyable was Travis Barker, and after that I'm just like, do you know what I mean? There's some interesting guys going on, but like I say, if it's a guy I've never heard of, and I've got 3 other podcasts that I do want to listen to,
Going someplace.
I'm going
just
somewhere
not
else.
caring,
So I was just like, I was just sitting more and more. I was just like deleting them off my phone without actually reading them or
Yeah.
listening to them. So
Kenny, do you listen to any podcasts?
Not really. I've listened to this one every now and again.
That's all you need.
but
That's all you need.
we cover it all.
It's more music when running.
My Nirvana shirt met its untimely end today. Just when I learned 5 Nirvana songs, I can't wear it anymore. I washed Connie's red robe in with it, and everything turned pink. All the letters turned pink and everything.
Fuck it.
That was a schoolboy error on my part.
Still wear it.
I could. She said, "Oh, it's fine," but I think she just wants
Like
to
you
get me
actually,
laughed
just now
at.
that I think about it, you're going real grunge, like ripped jeans, Nirvana t-shirt, and your lumber jacket.
Yeah.
Mine's
I'm
gonna
gonna grow.
mine's gonna be
wish I
grunge.
could grow my hair out. That would be funny. I'm just a bald fuck. I can't do it.
Be balding grunge if you want. Like,
No, you can't. No, no.
Billy Corgan, Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, he's weird. He looks like a pumpkin.
So
No, can't do it. Yeah, so that's it. The shirt's gone. I hope you're happy.
I'm not unhappy.
Anyway,
Talk well. So, if will we mix it up a bit?
What do you want to do?
Well, you just talked about you just learned 5 Nirvana songs.
Yeah.
So should we maybe do a little bit of what we've been watching and listening to?
We can.
What have you been watching or listening to this week?
Yeah.
Dropped on.
You want to go first?
I can go first. I started watching Big Mouth on Netflix.
All right, yeah.
Has anybody watched this show?
I remember I stuck the first couple of episodes on in the background.
Yeah.
And just never went back to it, but never really paid attention. So
I did too, and then Connie told me that Claire, one of our Beijing listeners, she watched it too. It is right up her. It is filthy. It is a filthy show.
It's Nick Kroll in it.
Yeah. But it's like a kids show. It's like a cartoon, and it says kids that are like going through puberty, and then they have like a monster to represent like male puberty and just horniness, and then another one for like the female ones, and it's just like so graphic for a cartoon. It's so crazy. It's just about kids coming of age and just like getting their first pubes and girls wearing their first bra and all this other shit. And I recommend it. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's an 8, but prepare yourself for the grossness.
It's an 8.
It's an 8. Yes.
8 bananas.
Maybe not one to sit down and watch with Mama Mac.
No, that's not a Mama Mac one. Nah, you're gonna watch this one on your own.
Oh, okay.
Also, just a guy. I've only listened to one song. It's YMW Melly, a rapper, up-and-coming rapper. He's now in jail for killing one of his friends, but he has a song called "Murder on My Mind" where he describes. We don't know if it's this murder, but a murder about how one of his
With
friends.
a name like YMW Melly, sounds like a really well balanced individual.
Well, they're saying that that's part of his defense, that he has schizophrenia.
Okay, now I feel bad.
But then after the song came out, like this song kind of made its way out. I don't know, maybe it was before it, actually. I should go backtrack. The song was put out before, but it became popular after he got arrested for killing the guy because he details about how he does kill someone. It's just weird about how.
All right, okay.
Again, rappers always talking about snitching, but end up snitching on themselves.
That's so fucking stupid, this young team that's coming through in the rap game, man. They're dumb. They're just
unbelievable.
If they're not
thick, man.
high, they're doing something stupid. Yeah, maybe that's why they are high.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. Like, you've got your 15 minutes of fame. 15 minutes of fame a day is enough to make you enough cash to fucking kick
Settle.
back if you want to. But they seem to get their 15 minutes and get 5 minutes into it and then fucking rob somebody or kill somebody, snitch on somebody.
Crazy. Yeah. J. Cole's gonna save it though.
Yeah, fuck you.
Maybe.
Got a new album coming.
Potential. He's got the potential to save it.
Oh, we took him out of the Tom Brady
Yeah,
pile,
we
didn't
did.
we?
Yeah.
While he makes his next move, he'll be judged
Yeah.
after this next
Yeah.
album.
He's teetering on that line. Our Tom Brady pile is our cunt list, effectively.
I was gonna say what is a purgatory? I was gonna say pandemonium. He's in pandemonium. No,
He's in purgatory. Tom Brady purgatory.
Yeah.
Got anything else?
No, that's all I got.
So what yourself, Kenny? What have you been watching or listening to this week when you're out training?
Or driving somewhere long distances.
Normally, like little documentaries. So I've been watching that Oak Island.
Ooh, what's that?
Oh, what's that about?
It's like they're looking for their treasure on Oak Island. It's pretty rubbish, to be honest with you.
I could
It's
watch
just,
it.
I think they've
Sell it
spent
to us,
about,
mate.
I think they've basically been spending 6 seasons looking for treasure and found fuck all.
Nice. Nice.
But-
Don't go up your day jobs.
They kind of give you a little bit at the end every time that makes you watch the next one. It's kind of just sort
The
of
honey dicking you.
it's stressful.
I love that.
That's a good term. Honey dicking. Well,
They've found some stuff, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, they've found some things, but they're now starting to blow up half of the island, so kind of get a bit more interesting now.
This is a really intriguing synopsis.
I know.
This
I know.
program,
I know.
'cause
I'm really-
he's giving nothing
they're
away,
blowing
but it
shots.
sounds really good.
This is what it says at the bottom on the sky info.
It's pretty much.
They've not really found fuck all, but they've started blowing things up.
For treasure and they're blowing the fuck up out of the island.
It's like Oak Island's an island in the middle of like Nova Scotia. So
Right.
like seemingly like pirates were going there years and years ago, and I reckon the military were there, British infantry years ago, and everybody's been hiding stuff on the island, so they're trying to find it basically. But there's flood tunnels and everything being cut under the land and hidden,
All right.
like booby trapped water tunnels that have flooded. Like they dug, I think the first series they dug down 90 feet and found wooden boards every sort of like 10 feet. And when they got to the bottom one at 90 feet, they took this stone, picked it up, and the whole tunnel flooded. So it was things like that, and it's stemmed from
Is
there.
this real?
Okay.
It's on the TV series on Sky.
Well, I'm down, by the way.
Yeah.
I started off sceptical.
I know, right? Yeah, we got there in the end.
There's a flood tunnels, booby traps. I'm like, right, fucking talk to me.
It's the Curse Oak Island, that's what it's called.
What would you give it out of 10 bananas?
7 out of 10 is
Ooh,
All right.
strong.
Generous.
Strong. Anything else?
been very much the rest of the time I've been sleeping on the couch.
Nice.
Knackered after training.
Opening FIFA packs.
No, I've not played that in a long time. I've not even. I've not, I don't want to think how much I've spent on FIFA packs.
Christ, innit? No.
Rehab
A lot.
corner with Andy Mack. I'm after packs still.
We need to talk about packs. Kenny's used to buy a lot of packs. Got some good cards though. Had some good cards over the years. Sorry about that. Just having a wee moment there thinking about
It was
FIFA
nice.
packs.
It was nice. Me and Chuff binge watched the new Netflix series, The Umbrella Academy.
Oh, I saw the preview for it today. It looks good.
Oh man, it's fucking tremendous.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's based on a comic. Oh, it's two guys. One of the writers is the lead singer out of My Chemical Romance, Gerard Way, and it's basically the basic line is on a certain day in 1989, 44 women gave birth. The strange thing was that none of these women were pregnant at the start of the day, and this eccentric billionaire makes it his mission to go about adopting as many of these kids as he can, and he manages to get 7, and he raises them. They've all got all these weird powers and like a bunch of total fucking misfits, and they're raised as like this super group, and then they sort of split up and he dies, and then they all come back together, and this is where it all sort of boots off. But like there's time travel. There's did any of you ever watch Misfits
No.
back on E4 years ago?
I remember the commercial for it.
There's one of the actors is a guy from Misfits, and he plays this sort of like strung out addict one that's like trying to get clean in that as well. But it's shot amazingly. The soundtrack's fucking great. The storyline's so fucking good.
It looks good. Yeah.
I would give it a 9 bananas.
Ooh, that's high.
Like this
High
is-
praise.
It was one of the first things in a long time where it's been brand new, and I've been like, we had to limit ourselves to 2 episodes a night. Like I could have binged that in 2 days.
Yeah, it's one series.
Yeah, it's 10 episodes.
10 episodes.
10
okay.
episodes, about an hour a piece, but it is definitely worth a watch. It is like I say, it was original, wasn't your stereotypical superhero film. Ken, the relationships are all good, the characters are all brilliant. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those weird ones where you can see where the villain's coming from, and you can see why certain things were done, and like the more you find out about the guy who adopted them and why he did what he did, then oh fuck.
Spoilers.
Oh, honestly. Brilliant. I'm not getting in the way.
I'm sold. I'm gonna watch
I've not
it.
given you anything that you don't find out in the first episode. Do you know what I mean? But it is genuinely, if you've got time, bash that on.
Get a bash.
Get a bash. What else? I think there was something else. But listen to more of that Keep the Ball on the Ground podcast with Simon Ferry. It's like a William Hill sponsored Scottish football one. They had Charlie Mulgrew and an ex-player called Paul Sloan. Funny as fuck, man. Like it's just like it's ex-pros talking about just the Scottish game. So it's nice to hear people talking about the Scottish game and it getting a bit of patter. Do you know what I mean? Because there's been some cracking characters. And there was another one. Listen, a really good one. It was the ex-Rangers manager Mark Warburton. Sort of left in peculiar circumstances, and do you know what I mean? He doesn't go into detail, but like he just talks about like the struggles he had working at a club like Rangers. Do you know what I mean? Because you can't. I'm a Celtic man. Andy says you're a Celtic man as well. I like the Rangers, but you can't lie that they are a big part of football in this country. Do you know what I mean? One of the most recognised clubs in the world. Do you know what I mean? So it was good to sort of see, not behind the scenes, but it was good to sort of hear the way that he spoke about when he came out for their first season in the Premier League, and he hadn't been told about the going for 55 thing, and he's like, my heart just broke. He goes, these people are paying their money thinking this is what we're going to do, and he was like, we were at least 3 years away from challenging for the title, because he had a plan. I'm not his biggest fan, but he was like hearing his process and that.
Everybody else with a sane head on their shoulders said that. The only people who didn't want to believe that were the Rangers fans.
But he was quite a well thought and really smart guy. He used to be a money trader, like dealing with some like massive multi-million-pound deals and that. Got into coaching off his own back.
What's he doing now?
He's I think he's in between jobs still, probably enjoying that cheese
Fucking
payoff to
stuck
the
scarred
Rangers.
after the Rangers job, is he then? Is that what he's really saying?
And just on the topic of Scottish football, Andy Mac, you'll like this. I got a text from one of the boys on my football team asking if we wanted to play a part in the Scottish Football Legends five-a-side tournament at Bells. And I'll be taking part in the Dundee United Legends team.
Fantastic news.
It's Ian Ferguson?
Legend.
Aye. So we had the choice of the Rangers Legends or the Dundee United Legends, and I said, there's no fucking danger. No fucking danger. I'm playing for a Rangers team. And there's like Rangers fans in the team as well, so they said they would have been the same if it was Celtic. So the only other remaining team was Dundee United. So
The Rangers fans hate Dundee United. They hate us.
I don't know as much as they hate Celtic. Plus the Huns on my team are quite nice guys, so shout out to Marty.
Cool. That sounds like a good wee date.
Good cracks, all for charity as well. There you go.
Good stuff.
What about you, Andy Mac? What do you watch?
What you got?
A couple of things. I watched that one on Netflix. Did you guys not watch it? It was called You, about the creepy guy
I've
in the
not watched
bookstore.
it yet.
Did you watch the whole thing?
I did, yeah.
I'm at the end of episode 7 just now.
I'm still taken aback that Andy Mack was watching something on Netflix.
I know, crazy.
Yeah.
All about that Netflix and
Oh,
chill. boys.
yourself, boy.
No, in all seriousness. Yeah, so I watched an episode of that. I thought this will probably be pish, but it looks like the only half decent thing that's on there. Then I watched an episode and I went, fuck, I like this boy.
Yeah.
I was just like, and then what started to really disturb me though was by the time I got to like season 4 and 5 and that, I was like, see if that was me, I would just be bumping this person off here like the ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
And then obviously,
Why are you holding on to him? Just kill him.
I
Oh my
just-
God, what am I saying?
Yeah, I was just, and then I was starting to go like, oh, that'd be a really good opportunity to creep on her if he was doing that. I was like, man, I'm well getting in this. So yeah, I've got 2 episodes still to go. It's booting off, mate. Booting off.
Yeah.
What you give it so far?
I don't want to mark it until I've watched it all, but I'll give it a provisional 7 at the moment.
Ooh, that's
Bananas.
high from Andy.
It's been good. Been listening to more Harvey Toad. Been listening to Smooth's new album. Huss Kingpin and DJ Caesar just had a new album, came out today. I had a quick listen to that before I met Kenny earlier on. And other than that, just wrapped up the Gyro Baby single. That'll be out 4th of March.
I got to hear a snippet of that last week and it's fucking good. Like,
Yeah, sounding great. Mix is done and it's been sent off to Tom S. Ray for mastering. Pretty well-known, high-profile mastering engineer is going to do that mastering.
What does mastering require? What is that?
So it's like when you've done like your mix and stuff, then mastering's like it's a bit of a dark art, but it's adding subtle EQs and compressions and making the mix overall just giving it.
Just a polisher.
brings it to think of it like that. It's like polishing up a bit of silver.
How long does
Just
that
bringing
normally
it to
take?
life. Per track? Maybe takes me about maybe an hour and a half, maybe for a track. Just depends. But like these guys just specialise in that. It's a real dark art, and it's also like the process of helping to make your mix louder, so that when it's then played, that when you hear Beyonce's next single, it doesn't sound super loud, and you have to then turn the fucking stereo up when your song comes on underneath it as well.
Do you give? Do artists or producers give the
That's the
masters
easiest
notes?
way I can explain it. Yeah, well,
Say like, we want this to be loud on this part of the track.
well, no, it's not about that. Like they'll make the mix louder. I'm trying to
But not
explain this without
offensively.
getting like technical. So think of it this way: it's a way of just polishing up the mix. Bringing it more to life, making it a bit wider, making it a bit louder, and then obviously that there's no areas where there's stuff poking out all over the place. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm trying to explain
I
it in
know
a
what you mean,
non-technical
yeah.
way. So I'm just trying to make little analogies if that works. Other than that, yeah, I think that's pretty much me for the week, laddies.
nice. What do you want to do now?
Do you want to do a little Braw Or Naw?
Yeah.
Braw Or Naw. Braw Or Naw. Braw Or Naw.
Have we got many? Did we get some?
We did have some from last week.
I've got
Talking
one to
in-
get you kicked off for somebody messaged me.
All right.
Eating crisps in bed, Braw or Naw.
First of all, I'm glad you said this because I'm going to quickly segue into the greatest crisp of all time.
Oh.
Hang on, can I put a drum roll in here then?
You can drum roll.
There it is.
Who's this from?
This is me. I've had these. I was introduced to them on Saturday
Oh,
night.
okay.
The Walker's Max the Walker's Max. Have you ever had these? The jalapeno and cheddar. Have you ever had these things?
Yeah, so
They
That
are
sounds right up my street.
incredible.
I saw your Instagram
Oh
story.
my God, they burnt my mouth up, and it burned on the way out. I'll be honest, but they were smoking hot, and they were really, really good. Like really, really good.
They are always on sale in the garage, the BP garage, for £1.
Oh,
Always get a bag of them for
Oh.
£1, like the big fucking
don't
bags.
tell me that. I'm gonna go there right now. I'll see you guys later.
Shit.
They are good. McCoy is generally high up on the list of
The lift.
on the list of crisps. Oh, can't even speak.
I do like a McCoy.
You didn't get bad McCoys.
Nah.
I like a ridge in my crisps.
See, sometimes I'll even go for the cheese and
Richmond.
onion. Like, if I'm
Oh
just-
yeah, why not?
Do you know what I mean? But like, the
It
Mex-
should come with like a complimentary bit of channy as well, though. Eh?
Oh.
Like a McCoy's cheese, and it needs to come with a bit of chewing gum, like with it for afterwards.
the Mexican chili as well.
We have
The
yes,
sizzling
we have those
cake
at work.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're fucking good, man.
Sizzling king prawn.
Oh.
Pink bag of McCoy's, please.
You filthy slag, Andy. Oh, you bitch.
Darling.
They have prawn McCoys.
Sizzling king
Kim
prawn.
was low key. Kim was
Oh, sorry.
what's low key up there on my favourite bag of crisps. They sell them in.
Top three. Let's go. Top three right
oh,
now.
Shit.
Oh! Alert! 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 We're aborting Braw Or Naw for top three.
That's easy. I could come in and just give you them straight up.
Go on.
Right? In no particular order. You've got to have those cheesy D's, man. Those
Cheesy
OG
OGs.
cheese
Hell
Doritos.
yeah.
Kenny knows me back in the day. Like I lived on Doritos. I still live on Doritos. I haven't had tiny cheese.
Hold on,
though.
let me get
Friday
this fired
night,
up
though.
here.
Friday
Oh, is that
night,
where you're going deep?
Let me get
Friday
this
night.
fired up here. Hold on.
balls deep.
All right.
Can I say?
We're doing a top three first. We were doing Braw Or Naw, but now we're gonna go into a quick top three because I went on a little tangent about.
Can I just see it on the
chips and
back of the
crisps.
live video?
Yeah.
No, last week we had a break. I didn't realise, obviously you cut that out of the episodes, but the last thing you can hear on the live video was me going, I've got to take a piss. And I got home and Megan's like, do you realise you told all of Facebook you're away for a piss? I was like, I do now. And I've just did it again, no
With
regrets.
Nature calls.
No-
All right.
no
Top
regrets.
three crisps, and then we're going to Braw Or Naw.
Right, so we got cheese Doritos.
Yes, of course.
The
There's no
OGs,
other way.
OGs. Salt and vinegar squares. Salt and vinegar squares on an egg
Oh.
mayonnaise sandwich.
Oh.
Don't even fucking come at me, bro. Honestly. That
Don't
is-
at me. Do not at me.
Okay. All right.
Oh, that
I
is,
do need to try this. I like squares though. I
That-
like the salty squares though.
oh, that's so good. And then I'm going to finish it off with the sea salt and cracked black pepper kettle chips. Remember, you've got to have nae soft mouths with kettle chips.
Nice
Nah.
soft moves.
They
Nice
can
soft
they can be
moves.
sharp.
You need surgery after that.
So
shit.
that's my top three crisps.
Nice.
Jordan, what do you got?
Right, no particular order. Roysters.
Good shout.
Steak roysters. Understated, yet wholeheartedly effective.
Wholeheartedly effective.
These ones as well. These ones fly on the radar.
Can we have that as
There's,
the title?
there's a jalapeno mix bag. They're like a party bag. And they got the weird little wisps. They got the wheels. So it's like a jalapeno dust.
Oh yeah. Okay, I've heard those. Those are good.
Mate. Honestly, see if I'm on one, I'm having them. Having them for sure. And lastly, roast chicken and thyme Walker Sensations.
Oh. Gunshots.
Talking about
Gunshots.
sandwiches, you want to get one of them in on some thick orange packeted Warburtons, lather that mayonnaise on them bad boys, crunch that shit up real nice. Thank me later. Facebook.
There's not a bad flavour of Walker Sensation.
No, they're good.
There's not.
They're
There's
good.
not a single flavour.
They're going to be
Yeah.
on my. They're going to be on my
But
top
the,
list.
the
by the
roast
way.
chicken ones are fucking.
Slide it off the seat.
It's the most animated
what
I've
you
seen
got?
Andy Mag for
Top
weeks.
three.
So the beer buffalo chicken wing things, they've come out at like £1.
That's
Okay.
interesting.
Oh, they're
That's
ace.
interesting.
Are they good?
Oh yeah, not that I've had them in a while. Chicken and thyme sensations, can't beat them. And frazzles.
Oh, I love a frazzle.
There's a few underdogs
Love a
making their way
frazzle.
on this list this week, by the way.
Okay, cheesy Doritos #1, hands down, and there is a large gap between 1 and 2. The chili sensations,
Oh yeah, Thai Street chili.
Yeah.
Them's bad
the
boys.
chili sensations, and I gotta go with these I like Fritos. Fritos is in there, but I realize that's not an American. I mean, that's not a British one. But I gotta go with these the jalapeno and cheddar max, man.
Oh, okay.
They are. I'm telling you.
Okay.
I wouldn't let you down. I wouldn't lie to you.
Okay,
They're good.
No, I'm gonna go out and get a pair of
I'm gonna-
pack of these and
I like the fact that Mike played it always UK crisps because I would love to come back next week and talk about my 3 favourite American crisps.
Oh, give us a
No,
preview. Give us a preview. What's your
Grandma Oots's, sour cream and onions. Don't
tell
even
you
get
what,
me fucking
I'll get
started.
Spanish Lays, the jamon favourite.
Oh,
Ken, it's just got the giant
Jamon.
Jamon. It's just a picture of a bag of crisps with a giant ham leg on the front.
We're getting some people on the
Lying
live
there
chiming
in
in.
a scratcher in 35 degrees with a fucking bottle of Sprite and a packet of Lays. Ah,
We're getting some people on the live chiming in. Bulldog teamwear with Cheetos. Love Cheetos.
oh, the crunchy Cheetos.
Crunchy Cheetos are great.
shout out
Love
to
those.
my man Reevy at Bulldog Teamwear as well.
Yo, the Cheetos, the spicy ones have taken over
Flamin'
in America.
Hot.
Flamin' Hot
Ooh,
Cheetos. Yeah.
Okay.
Ron a Marathon on the check-in. Beef Space Raiders.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
A classic.
You had a nice reaction to that, Ken.
Beef Space Raider.
Hey, yes, man, an understated competitor to the pickled onion Space Raiders, but the beefy ones are,
I like the spicy Space Raiders.
oh, yeah.
What do you think?
I like the spicy ones too.
Oh, yeah, they're real.
I hated them Space Raiders when I first got here, but the spicy ones won me
Oh, man.
over.
I do like
They
a pickled
go in,
onion
yeah.
Space Raider, like.
One other one I'll throw into the mix, but it's more of a pub crisp. But do you remember I used to get those things called cheese moments made by Smiths? Remember they folk that do scampi fries?
Yeah.
And it used to be like this little sort of like wee sort of triangle thing like that, and it had like a wee soft cheese filling in the middle of it.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cheese moments. Just Google that shit.
Cheese moments.
Get
Oh,
yourself.
Kim, what?
That's a
Actually, wait a minute, here, with this as well, would this be considered? What would a mini cheddar be considered?
A mini cheddar. Oh, that's a crisp, and that's in there. That's high.
Is that a crisp though? That's more of a biscuit
they
or a
shouldn't be
cracker.
No. Oh, okay.
But it's a savoury cracker. But if I can
Is
qualify
mini
that,
cheddars a biscuit, a crisp, or a cracker? We
that's
don't
just
know.
why has that question never been answered before?
Gary Monroe on the check-in.
Blue
Tomato.
Steel.
Gary Monroe, Gaza Monroe,
Hashtag
a.k.a.
Blue Steel.
Blue Steel, on the check-in. Tomato Transformers when they were 10p a pack. he says.
Oh, yeah,
Them
yeah.
and Johnny's, the bike. Johnny's bike.
Oh,
Oh,
Johnny's onion
Rana
rings.
just said
Johnny's
that.
onion
Rana
rings.
just said that. Johnny Onion Rings.
Johnny's onion rings crying out with flavour. That's what he used to say on the back.
She says
Can't stand it,
bikers.
The onions are in his neck, fucking getting
What?
his eyes.
Bikers? What up, bikers?
Bikers are similar to Johnny.
Yeah. So they're similar to the Transformer snacks kind of things. Oh, they're beast, man.
Oh man.
Starving now.
All right. So what was the bra? No, you said eating in your bed.
No, eating crisps in bed,
Eating
bro.
crisps in
no.
bed.
Fucking hell, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Sorry, that was my fault.
Bro, I'll eat crisps fucking anywhere.
Yeah.
There's not an occasion where I don't think crisps are fitting.
Try not to eat crisps in the bed.
I try not to eat crisps in the bed either. No. I try not to do too much eating in my bed. To be fair.
Yeah, no, it's, usually I've got to be really hungover if I've not made it into at least the living room. Like,
And
someone's
Chuff
stuff.
is just hand feeding you crisps or something.
Tell you what, man, Chuff is the girl you want about when you're hungover. See, like, if you're really dying, more than one occasion she's nipped across the Morrison's, got me a cooked breakfast, and then brought me in bed.
Oh, that's a nice lady.
That woman's a saint.
That's a nice lady.
Legend.
Ken, right?
Keeper.
Tying that motherfucker down. Right, I'll say bra, but that's 3 no's for that one.
No?
No.
I'll say no. Yeah. What else we got?
Sleeping naked. See, I've got a story about this.
Okay. Is it for video? Can we do this
Yeah,
on video? Okay, that's fine.
Well, basically, slept in the scud. Fell asleep in a certain position. Woke up with the sairest buzz you've ever felt in your life.
Uh-oh.
For about 4 days, to the point where I was this close to going to the doctor.
Yikes.
But
What
I don't-
happened? Did it get
obviously-
tangled up?
Yeah, they just
Torsion,
the
that's
way
what it's
it
called.
Well, I thought it was torsion, but it turns out if it's real testicular torsion, you need surgery to fix that.
Oh.
Which was why I barely slept for the 4 days my balls were sore.
Did you Google it?
Yeah,
No,
I did.
no.
Yeah, I was definitely getting my balls chopped into.
No.
So yeah, for me it's a no. It's an absolute no. No, my droopy swangers.
Droopy swangers. What about your droopy swangers?
It's not droopy here, ladies. No. Fucking.
Droopy swangers episode title number 2.
Oh man, I want to set up an app, and it's just an Andy Max soundboard.
Droopy Swanger sounds like a terrible cartoon from the early
Neat.
90s. Like,
Yeah, we mort.
ladies and gentlemen, Droopy Swangers.
So what's that? Sleeping naked.
Sleeping in the scud.
I do it if I have to do it, but I prefer go to my bed with my bockies on a t-shirt.
I see. I
But
don't
then
wear a
once
t-shirt.
if I go to bed on my own, then I'll have clothes on. If I don't, I won't.
Hey.
No, I'm not trying to be funny. That's just the way it works out.
Do you
I'm just stating the
do you sleep with a
facts.
t-shirt on?
Sometimes, yeah.
I don't
Usually, a
anymore,
lot of time
no.
it gets weaked off like halfway through.
I can't sleep with a t-shirt on. Can't do it. So is it a no from you sleeping in the scud? Unless you're maybe
Yeah,
falling asleep.
no, I'm going to say no, because if
No?
it's me on my own, then I don't do it. So it's a no.
Kenny,
Nah, t-shirt and boxers for me. Like,
T-shirt and boxers. Yeah, I'll go boxers and shirtless.
is it quite an American thing that people have, like, you see all the time, like TV shows and that. This is where I noticed that it would seem that Americans would always wear like a t-shirt and shorts to bed, and it was always completely alien to me. Once I got to a certain age, like
It's
once
almost
I,
like a t-shirt and joggies kind of thing.
yeah, that's what
Right.
they have an actual outfit for going to bed. And I don't know if it's just a TV
Oh
thing.
no, yeah, I wear outfits. If it's winter and it's cold, yeah, I'll wear outfits.
See, I just can't, man. As soon as I got into Bockies, that's all I was sleeping in. But it's once I grew out my Space Jam pajamas, that was fucking. I was straight into Freedom Town.
Reevy's asking if you're turning into a silver fox. Are you getting grey somewhere,
Uh-huh.
buddy? No, I don't see anything.
Might just be the light.
No, okay, yeah.
Saying that, I was lying on the couch with Chuff the other week. And I just had my head on her. It was really a nice moment watching the telly.
Aw.
And I thought she was stroking my head. But it turns out she just found a wee patch of greys and she was just fucking trying to see how many were there. And she's like,
picking the
"You've got
parasites off
fucking
you."
loads of. I wouldn't mind a bit of grey.
Yeah,
I've
grey's-
got a bit of ginger in my beard right
Grey's
now.
all right. Okay, right?
I'm telling you, I really wish you would keep growing your beard out, man.
I know. Connie said the same thing. I've never seen someone so deflated as when I came downstairs the other day, shaved, clean shaven. And she was like, "Oh, I took it all off." I was like, "Oh, fuck you, jeez."
I said to Chuff the other day, I was like, I miss the mustache. I might grow the
Me
mustache.
too. I was saying the same
I was
thing.
like, I might grow the mustache back in, but keep like a bit of stubble. Because I actually quite see when I got to that stage where there was like a noticeable bit of stubble around it and a big full mustache. I quite liked it.
Mustache.
But she was just sort of like, don't.
Or get out.
But,
All right, what's next? Sorry.
right, sorry.
There's some on the post as well. There's a
Yeah,
couple
yeah,
on the
I'll
post.
get to that.
Oh,
I'm just
okay,
doing the
cool.
ones on the thing. So, but was that a resounding no for sleeping in the scud?
Yeah, unless it's like, even if it's really, really hot, there's not. You can't escape it.
I've got
You can't
at least,
escape
I've got at least boxers on.
I think I actually get sweatier being naked,
Yeah.
like my legs and all that, like than when I've got my boxers and that on.
That's for our lady. That's for our lady listeners. There's Andy Mack talking
Moist,
about it.
slippery.
Anyway,
Moist, slippery.
slippery.
Right, next one is the snooze button.
The snooze button, Braw Or Naw.
It is probably more tempting
Mm.
than anything else in the entire universe is that snooze button.
Kenny, you don't strike me as a snooze guy.
no, I don't.
No, you're up and out. Right?
But I
Do you
take
drink
it-
coffee?
No.
No coffee? Okay.
Do you feel like if you have to get up as soon as you hear that noise?
Yeah, oh,
straight out of bed.
definitely. You have to get up straight
Even
away.
if I don't hit the snooze button, I'm like on my phone to like bring myself into the world.
Yeah.
I can't just jump out of bed.
Yeah.
So
Andy
that-
Mack, what do you think? Snooze?
Nah.
Can't
Oh,
do
no,
it.
As soon as it goes up, no, I've set it for a time because I know I need to get up at that time. So
See,
just
I
get up.
like to trick. I'm one of these people that I trick myself. So if I need to get up at 6:45, I'll set an alarm for 6 and then an alarm for 5:30.
I think we talked about this a while ago.
I
but
can't just jump out of my bed.
I don't understand the multiple alarms. I don't understand it.
There's no need.
You have to get up at a certain time, set your alarm, and get up.
Yeah, it's just the way I trick my brain into making me think I'm getting more sleep.
But you're not because you're getting up half an hour earlier.
Yeah. Just set it for the time.
I didn't say it makes sense, Andy.
You know what you need?
Yeah, I know,
because
but-
you said that you don't drink coffee until you get to work.
Yeah.
If you got that first hit before you left the house, you'd maybe get that alarm, get the extra sleep
I've
in,
got to
get
get
your
up,
coffee,
have
and
a
go.
tolly, have a shower.
What's a
get
tolly?
A shite.
Well, how does that work? What does totally mean?
Poo. I
But
don't
why
know.
tolly?
It's
What is
just
that?
a term. I don't know where it originated from. It's just.
Man, I am still learning shit. 11 years in,
never
and I'm
heard- you
fucking
never heard the term a tolly?
Never, no.
It's only really Jordan that says it. Man. just nod and entertain
Wait
it
for
for
a
the
tolly.
night.
Bulldog Teamwear, Reevy saying, Dots, you need to record motivational quotes. I do need to record motivational quotes.
I want to do like ever watched the morning joint with Uncle Joey, and it's Joey Diaz. He live streams his first joint of the day, and he gets people fired up, and it's brilliant. So I reckon we should do that. Mike should do that. Word with
should.
Dots broadcast.
Yeah, actually, maybe I will do that. The good ones. Today wasn't a good one, apparently.
Blazing a couple of bongs in the back garden.
Apparently, it was good. No, don't want to get high on here. No. All right, what's up? What's next on the list?
All right, so that was a resounding no on the snooze button.
No
eh?
all around?
No all around.
Yes,
just
I
get
do.
it. Just
I
fucking
abuse
get
the
up,
snooze. I abuse the snooze, but I don't like
Abuse the snooze.
it. Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin, yeah.
Touched on this earlier in the preamble.
Bro.
Yeah, I'm saying brawl. Yeah.
No.
No?
No.
Any reasons why?
I just always stay at my hair. All right, come on, that is Reevy. That's my gel, mate, because I've been at the gym.
Cheers.
I just found them irritating.
Were you eating spaghetti today?
No, they look like. See.
Ah! Private joke! Hi-yo! Ah, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, mate, yeah, just. Where was I again? I just even when he was I really don't make you speak over the dead. I'm not saying this to be an arsehole, but even when he was on the telly, I just found him annoying. Same with Rolf Harris. Turns out I was right on that one, by the way. Not a nice guy, but Steve Irwin, I just found him annoying. I just found him irritating. Didn't like his shows, the way that he spoke. I felt like he was bothering
Right,
the animals.
okay, enough now. You're fucking
Bashing the dead guy, right?
Bashing the
Jesus.
dead here,
Michael
right?
Jackson, he's straight on board. You talk about. That's it. It's
Sorry,
just-
We're gonna-
Right,
I know
sorry.
what our poll's going to be this week. Is Michael Jackson up?
we get an email back. It's not for Baynes. It's just for fucking.
I know,
State of
right?
Michael
Shit.
Jackson.
I forgot about the Baynes thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Damn.
We can't be selling out. Right, I'm not being funny. Can't tone it down for all the free mince pears in the world.
All right.
You just sell your morals for a sausage roll.
No.
Steak bake.
Can't sell what you don't have.
No. I'm a chicken pie kind of guy. Yeah,
Chicken pie kind of guy.
that's what I'm all about.
You're the same though, what do you know? He's a no.
Stay. No.
No, I'm saying bro.
Well, it's a half and half, and our guest gets the deciding vote, so Steve Irwin goes in the knob bin.
All right.
Fair enough.
All right, good.
Fair
What
enough.
else?
No,
What
wait,
else?
that's the rules.
That's the way the
That's
cookie
the rules,
crumbles.
man.
We've got some on the post as well. 2 seconds, I'll pull this shit up.
The new BBC Scotland channel. I haven't
Oh,
seen it yet.
it was getting murdered on Twitter last night.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
People
What,
were-
is it launched already?
Yeah, launched last night.
What's on it?
Well, there was the new Burniston, which was meant to be alright, but apparently the first episode of Still Game was absolute gutters.
Oh, no.
I honestly think it's just going to be like BBC The Social
on
on
TV.
your TV, just a bunch of
maybe-
annoying and basically it'll all just be.
Maybe we'll be on
Well,
it.
if it's Glaswegian patter, it must be funny.
Oh,
and, you know,
shots.
basically a representation of Glasgow will be a representation of Scotland. 'Cause it is very Glasgow centric. BBC Scotland. Didn't
But yeah, apparently the new Still Game was just rotten.
Hang on.
We called that.
Yeah,
we
I
called
was saying that fucking just a few weeks ago. I was like, how shite is Still Game? First 6 seasons of it were all right. It was still never better than.
Yeah, I don't.
Chewing the Fat,
I don't
though.
hold it in such a high regard as a lot of people do.
No.
And I've always found
I
this
don't
again
think
an
either of them are
unpopular
funny.
opinion.
It's like that with sitcoms. So once you start making the side characters as important as the main characters, then it starts to lose its magic.
Yeah.
Because now it is as much about the side characters as it is about fucking Jack and Victor.
Fair enough.
So
So is that, well, that's I'm going to say no because I'm not really arsed. I didn't watch a lot of terrestrial telly.
my mum said, she tweeted me last night, she was saying she watched it for a little bit and it was just apparently utter dross. So she switched off.
Mikey Dats,
I haven't seen it yet, but I'll be positive and I'll say bro.
Kenny,
I've not seen it either. It's a no for me anyway. I've not watched it for a long time.
that's in the knob in then. Right, we'll go to the post. So we go. The first one here is Danielle Miller. Right, Danielle. Fake tan.
Oh boy.
I'm sick fed up of the McDonald's drive-thru girls having dirty orange hands and knuckles
Yeah.
and make them look like they've got leprosy.
Yeah.
It's not nice. Not nice.
Can I just the following for part of this? Davey O.
Davey-o, Davey-o, Davey, Davey-o.
I don't know if you want to celebrate this.
No.
Davey O's
Sorry.
next message just say, I never look at their hands. Winky face emoji.
Oh no.
Player.
The original player from the Himalaya. Davey-o.
Top shag at Davey O. I'm going to say, I didn't mind when if a lassie, like, gets a decent fake tan. You know, like, goes out and actually gives them, but it's the self-fake tan that's been obviously caked, and then they've obviously no got a mitt or whatever it is, and their hands do
Yeah.
look like they've got leprosy. I didn't want them handling my nuggies.
No.
No, but the one I've noticed at McDonald's
Which
is the
nuggies?
one where you give them the money. So they're not letting, old fake tan hands loose on the fucking food bit. She's just dealing with the cash monies, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I've noticed that before. I've been like pulled up in the morning and be like, look at the fucking state of her hands.
never
man.
noticed that.
Like, who am I to judge? Like, you know what I mean? But I've noticed it. So yeah, I'll go with that.
So it's a
So
no
it's a
from
no.
me.
No.
No. Or ginger, orange leprechaun hands and everything.
Ah, there you go, Daniel. That's straight in the knob in. Next one here's shout out to PJ Mackinnon, Night and Day podcast.
Happening, PJ.
Peach.
I need to catch up on some podcasts, man. I'm not listening to
Yeah, there's
two.
one deck for
Two
tomorrow.
to catch
Yeah,
up
me
on.
too. Don't take it as offensive, PJ. I've listened to no podcasts. I'm still 2 behind of our own show. I need to get
Dare
that
you.
done.
How dare you?
Shut up. PJ says, red carpet shows that are aired before award shows. Live from the red carpet, Braw or Naw? He says, for the record, I find them slightly more enjoyable than most award shows, so I will give them a Braw.
I think PJ was watching the Oscars last night.
I think he
possible.
was,
Or
yeah.
did Alana make him watch the
Oh.
Oscars? PJ, can you let us know?
I will say, I wouldn't go out my way to watch it. However, if there's ever a funny red carpet video, I'll watch that. There's one where Chris Evans is at one of the premieres of one of the Avengers movies, and he's fucking smashed. And it's absolutely hilarious. He's like, huh? What? Eh? He's like, the woman has to ask him like the same question 3 times. He's just got this big glacial grin on his puss. So for that, actually, I'll say Braw, because there may be some nuggets of entertainment there.
That's going to be a no from me, because you're listening to some fucking nobody yapping away at some other nobody, and here comes fucking Kevin Hart for a chat. You're just like, nah, fucking switch it over. No, get it in the knob in.
I'm gonna say no too. They try to make them funny sometimes, but they don't do a good enough job. No way.
That's a no for me. I never watch that stuff.
Fine.
What else we got?
PJ Mackinnon again.
PJ.
Conan O'Brien, Braw or Naw? I really like his new podcast. I'll give him a Braw. I fucking love Conan O'Brien.
Love Conan.
I think of all the late night talk show hosts, I think he's my favourite. I don't mind Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon, but
Yeah.
I think there's a video online where he takes an intern out for a driving lesson, but he's got Kevin Hart and Ice Cube in the back of the car as well.
Fucking see Kevin Hart
But-
again.
He's everywhere. Hardest working man in show
But there's,
business.
so they've got this wee lassie, like an intern, and they're pure shouting out instructions at her, and Ice Cube's like, you know what to do if you get grabbed at? And then they go into like a dispensary and they fill up a pinata full of weed, and then they're just driving around California getting absolutely baked, and it's funny as fuck. Kevin Hart's high as balls, and it's very funny. Plus, he also gave comedian Daniel Sloss his big break in America. Put him on
did
his
he?
show, yeah.
Oh, all right.
Years ago, I've seen him on Twitter or YouTube or something, and ended up booking him on his show. So, yeah, Conan O'Brien's a Braw for me.
Conan O'Brien is also a bro for me. Wrote for The Simpsons early on as well.
Shit.
Was on Saturday Night Live. And he's touched all of the good things, in my opinion. Also went to Harvard, I believe. Yeah, smart and funny.
Ooh.
He's a giant too. He's like 6'7".
Yeah,
right?
he's a long man.
He's very, very, very funny. So yeah, that's a bra for me.
Andy Mack?
I don't think he's funny.
Nah?
What?
No, I just don't think he's funny. Big fucking gangly daft. No,
Why you gotta kill him
Got
now?
so many opinions though.
no, I don't. I just don't think he's funny. I don't think folk like Jimmy Kimmel or that are funny.
Nah.
In fact, I just don't think any of the we've tried to hear about Jonathan Wass. Do
His
you know
own
what I
show,
mean?
I
He couldn't do it either.
I used to quite like the show when it was on BBC One, but when he went to ITV, it was a bit wank.
I think maybe it's just the
Jonathan
format
Wass.
of the program.
It's
Maybe
Ross, but he had a lisp.
Jonathan Wass.
Oh,
You can't say
Jonathan
ours.
Wass. Jonathan Wass.
Remind me, talk show host after this.
It's a bit like Roy Hodgson.
Boy Hodgson.
Right. Okay. So then,
Is that a no
Braw or
or
Naw?
a
no, it's definitely a no.
Kenny.
A Braw for me.
Yeah, you like him.
Yeah.
I watched also, I know we're out of watching and listening to it, but I watched the Big Nasty show. Have you guys seen this? He's fucking
Big
hysterical.
Nasty.
The guy on the show with him, his co-host, is funnier than him. But they,
I get that.
yeah, they all went to like an octagon at some point. Oh, they had Dennis Rodman on too, which was weird. But they all went to an octagon, and then he was rapping in the octagon like Big Nasty, and I was like, this is weird. But then they were all rolling around in there, and he's fucking massive, of course. And he has
Yeah.
problems breathing. But he just sat back. It reminds me of like the Notorious B.I.G. He just sat back in the chair, breathing all weird, while the comedian did all the fucking work on the show. But definitely watch that. It was funny.
He's got a funny laugh.
He does.
Conan O'Brien, Kenny, he is.
Oh, he said
No.
no.
Did you say no? Did I miss that?
Oh, no, we said bra.
Aye,
Yeah,
yeah.
bro.
You said bra, sorry.
Right, cool. Another last one from PJ. Man buns, Braw or Naw? My oldest boy says he wants to grow his hair out to create one. Thoughts? I used to get quite harsh on man buns, but then like
Show him a picture of a mullet,
Yeah.
and then just say, if you get a man bun, you'll look back on this like we look back on mullets now.
some dudes can pull it off though, but you have to be like shaped like a fucking Viking warrior to pull one
Yeah.
off. It's when you see I seen one guy like literally it felt like it was like when you see like a wee toddler lassie and she's got the tiniest wee pigtail that's been like painstakingly pulled through a tiny wee boat.
Yeah.
I seen a guy rocking one of those and I was like, that's not what they're like. Sure, you go that when you've got like a full head of hair and you're tying that shit up.
You have to know, yeah.
But,
Bobby Parker says, man buns, absolutely fucking not. He also says, fake tan like Roncio. No man likes a woman painted like a fence. There you go.
I'm gonna paint you like a fence hen.
Well, when you say it that way. The decorator.
Andy Mac, what about you? What'd you say?
Right, to what again? Sorry,
Man buns.
I was
Man buns.
daydreaming there. Oh no.
Mikey Dots.
Because I am balding, I am against all hairstyles, so that's a no.
Kenny.
It's definitely enough for me. Like,
I'm sorry, man. Well, that's it. PJ, let us know. Are you going to allow it and see if he'll just learn his lesson, or are you going to try and forewarn him that it's probably a bad idea? Saying that, now I look back
How
on my
old's the son, did he say?
doesn't know.
Oh, okay.
It's no super old, I think. Don't know. I would say that I wish I still had my long hair. I used to fucking love my hair.
You would wear a man bun, wouldn't you?
I'd probably wear it in the gym. I have done in the past, but I wouldn't make it a style. I think if my hair's long, then I'm
Christ.
going to keep it long.
Oh, my
Don't get annoyed with me just because I've still got hair.
Oh, that's a low blow.
Best skin fading perfume.
And there goes the blind.
Oh, yeah,
Blind,
cunt.
so.
Ow. Right. Last one. Davey O, Top Shagger. The pest of McDonald's. People who pick their own nickname, no, except Indiana Jones. I does my tits in.
When people pick their own nickname.
Yeah, I used to play American football with a guy, and he had the same. I can't mind his name now, but he had the same name as a guy who was already on the team. And he's like, "Just call me Raven." We're like, "No."
Absolutely not.
He's like, "We'll just call you New, whatever your name is." Like, there's.
New Jim, get over here.
I was just like, he's like, "You call me Raven." I'm like, "Nah, you could fuck right off." Like,
Raven.
yeah, Raven fucking Magic. I'm gonna call you that, you prick. But honestly, he was a weird dude, so it was a big no from me.
Andy man.
Yeah, you don't pick your own names.
No, they never stick. Anyway, I think I've probably tried, but they don't stick.
I will
So-
shout out the finest segment on commercial radio at the moment is the Johnny Vaughan show. They're on search for the world's greatest nickname, and some of the fucking things they get text in from people are amazing. There's a guy whose pal gets called the locksmith. No, the blacksmith. Because every time it's his turn to buy a round, he makes a bolt for the door. I was like, that shit's fucking
The
up.
blacksmith.
Oh, there was one guy who was he's allergic to gluten, so his pals just called him Vladimir.
Vladimir gluten.
That type of petty shit. And these nicknames have all been like lasting for about 15 years, so that's up there for me. But she was a no.
No.
Mikey,
What was it again?
people who pick their own nicknames.
No, I can't do it. It's impossible.
no
Kenny.
chance. No way. No way.
I think that's Braw or Naw, unless anyone else has got any more they want to bring right to the table.
I'll throw one in there because I was thinking about it earlier on when you were talking about the sleeping chat. It's men wearing pajamas, and I mean pajamas like with the pajama buttons and like the button-up
Like the
fucking top
tartan
thing
print
with the
bad boys.
fucking like actual collar and that.
You're saying that because I said that I wear them. That's why you're saying
You
this.
do
right?
wear a pajama
like a
top like that?
matching set.
Not a button up, but like maybe 3 buttons at the top.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
I thought you just wore like the joggy bottoms. Like,
See if it's got
side of
buttons.
things.
I didn't think I could wear it to bed.
Mike Pure thinks I'm having a go at him.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not.
do.
I'm not.
You got something to say? Just say it.
No, I swear half the time in this podcast, Mike thinks I just say things just to go against him,
noise him up.
just to noise him up, and none of it's true.
80% of the time.
See, I've
No,
got-
it's not. It's always.
I've got
I won't
jammies,
say if I
but
believe
they're
it.
just my cutting about the house trousers. Like if I'm hungover, I'll put my jammies on and go sit in the living room. But when I go to bed, they come off. Do you know what I mean? I don't go to bed in my pajamas. Ow. Yeah.
Chuff takes them off.
Yeah.
Hey,
Aye, it tells me to leave her alone.
don't touch me. I've got a sore head.
Yeah,
Heard it before, mate.
I like pajamas.
That's why I always keep aspirin next to the bed. Eh? No, right, stop.
Got a remedy for that?
No.
Aw.
Right, fucking move on.
Mate, but you're freaking me out after you said you're siding with the bad guy and now you're talking about
I'm fucking. That guy has got stalking moves, man. He's a stalker's dream.
He knows what to do, man.
He knew what to do. So. You got any sports for that before we finish up this week? I was just thinking about the Chelsea keeper.
Oh, yeah.
Even I saw that.
Sports
Actually, yeah. I want to talk.
Sports.
Yeah.
Sports.
Let's get ready to rumble.
I want to get into that as well because before we get the Chelsea,
I was dying to talk about this.
I'll get this. I took the wee man at the Celtic game yesterday.
Yeah.
Celtic won 4-1 against Motherwell. Some controversy around the Motherwell goal.
Okay.
So, players down with injury. So Celtic players pass the ball out so the player can receive treatment. I think it was a Celtic player that went down. So the done thing, the gentleman's agreement in sport is that when that's the case, you then throw the ball back to their keeper or you throw it out for a goal kick so that no one really gains the advantage and Celtic get the ball back because they had it. The Motherwell player gives a half-arsed throw-in and the young winger latches onto it and then pelts down the wing while all the Celtic players are still in the middle of the park. Misses his shot, but then Motherwell then going to score the rebound. Now, I've not heard an atmosphere at a Celtic game like that, for intense hatred that wasn't an Old Firm game. It was just, and the players were going mental, the crowd were going mental, but it's not a rule. It is, like I say, it's a gentleman's agreement, it's sportsmanly conduct. Now, I don't think normally it would have been as big of a deal, however, Celtic would have been 7 games and 7 clean sheets in a row, domestically, obviously not in Europe. But what would you think if that was scored against your team? Because a lot of people have been talking that there's been cases of this in the past where the team who have committed the unsportsmanly conduct then allow the team to go and score a goal.
What are you moaning about? Your team won 4-1 yesterday.
No, I'm not moaning. I'm trying to get your opinion because look, at the time, it was only 2-0. So that goal goes in, Motherwell get another one. That's a changed game. But I'm saying if it's your team, what would you not be a wee bit unhappy? Like I didn't kick off, and I had to explain to the wee man why the goal still stood. I was like, it's not written in the rules. You have to do that. However, it's just considered the done thing.
But if it's not in the rules, then you really don't have a gripe, I don't think.
No, that's what I'm saying. It was annoying, and I think I can see that. And I think like the Motherwell manager came out and said, like, he's a young lad. It's his first start for Motherwell. You're at Parkhead. You know what I mean? You get a chance, you're going to take it, and I can sympathise with that.
That's one on the column.
However, I think is it not as well from a professional point of view? Would you still want to score a goal like that, knowing that you're not actually going up against the full might of your opponent? Because you're catching them on the hop.
I would, especially if it was playing against Celtic. Yeah, I would.
Do whatever it takes to score.
What would your opinion be if Celtic done that to Dundee United?
But Celtic have done that to Dundee United along with Rangers with dodgy penalties and fucking shitty decisions as long as I can ever remember. So I
remember you saying
I don't want to hear it anymore.
I'm asking specifically about this type of situation.
I remember you saying 2 weeks ago when they said, Celtic won 1-0, then he was like, who scored the penalty?
Exactly.
So, seeing that, if I played for a team other than Celtic or Rangers, I'm going for it, and I'll deal with it post-game.
That's fair enough. I just want to get an opinion. Like I say,
as a fan, you'd hate it, but as a player, I'm like, nah, I'm going to go.
That's what I'm saying. I explained to Riley, I was like, it's something you usually do. Like I've never seen it before in a professional game. It happened to me once in the Cubs. Our team done it.
Yeah.
But the goal got chalked off in the game.
Explain it to me again. Sorry.
Celtic player goes down with an injury.
Okay.
So while he's down waiting treatment, the players just kick the ball into touch. So kick it out for a throw-in so that play can stop.
Yeah.
And
I've seen that happen.
The medics can come on. So basically what the Motherwell player would then usually do, or the other team, would then return the ball to the Celtic goalkeeper.
Yeah.
So they're not getting an advantage. It's going right the way back to the other side of the pitch.
Okay.
And then play would just continue. Everyone claps. It's a very nice moment.
When you went down, though, was it due to contact with the opposing team?
It was a foul. Yeah, well, it wasn't like a foul, but it was like he'd got an injury. He was down on the pitch. So like I think it might have been a head knock. I can't remember. Do you know what I mean? So
a lot of flopping in soccer too, man. I gotta push. I'm pushing upfield.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a rule. So I wasn't like. There's a lot of people on Twitter, which was fucking embarrassing, going mental about it. I'm like, look, it's just a bit of a pain in the arse, but it's not a rule. Do you know what I mean? It's not a.
What was your son's initial reaction?
He was like, why is everyone so annoyed?
Okay, and then when you explained it to him, what did he say?
He was just like, he looked a bit confused. So I was like, it's not a rule, but people do it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to try and explain those loopholes to kids.
Yeah, it's tough.
Do you know what I mean? So the thing is, I would have been more annoyed if Motherwell had stood there and let Celtic score another goal. I feel
Yeah.
like that would have just been a bit like.
That would have made me.
But
really
apparently-
annoyed
apparently
seeing that,
that's-
even though I have no interest in the game whatsoever. If I then saw it on Twitter afterwards, I'd be like, "What the fuck
I'd have been-
is going on, man?"
But I've
Like,
heard that's happened previously.
yeah, I think there's been extreme examples of that. Like, I can't pull them up now, but I have seen or read of cases where teams have then scored like a shithouse goal. And then said, you know what, straight from kick-off, you guys can just fucking walk it straight up the other
Yeah,
end.
I'd hate that. I'd hate that more. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it was the guy's a young boy. I actually
And then
feel
what if you're a punter, you know, you've got a bet on the game and that, and then teams are
Oh, you'd
going,
raise it,
yeah, on you go, no problem. Just
But I think it's-
sitting
Welcome
there
to
going,
field,
"What
son."
the fuck?"
You know what annoyed me more than anything is I'd said to the wee man beforehand, I was like, what do you think the score will be? And he said 3-0 Celtic. He goes, Edouard will get 2 and Sinclair will get the other. And he was bang on, apart from that goal. And then we obviously got the fourth one, but he scored 3 to 4 scores. But no, I just want to get your opinion on that specific situation. Just want to see the crack. Now, do you want to talk about the Chelsea keeper?
Yes.
What the fuck is he doing?
Yeah, what was that about? And why did the manager allow it to happen?
Well, he didn't allow it to happen, but he basically gave up trying. I mean, who's your captain? Azpilicueta? Why the fuck was he not dragging him off the park?
Who was the guy? I like when athletes cover their mouth when they go and talk to another athlete.
From what it looks like, I watched the Paddy Power breakdown on their Instagram story. And they said, like, so it happened, and then Sarri tried to storm off.
Yeah.
Looked like he realised nobody was following him, not even his bench, and then came back himself.
That's like one of those things you see kids doing. Right, I'm away, and they're going
Yeah.
off, and then 2 seconds later, they're back in the door again.
Yelling,
Do you know
it's
what I
But
mean?
like as well, so what was it? She's come out and said in the press conference afterwards, "Oh, it was a misunderstanding. I thought he had cramp. He didn't have cramp." But
Why was? Oh, okay. So was he not performing well up to that point, though?
I think
Yeah,
they.
he's been doing with cramp twice, which I find odd for a goalkeeper. Why is a goalkeeper cramping
I
up?
find it odd for professional footballers.
Well, they do a lot of running.
Yeah, but
I mean,
at the same time, they're athletes.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like, are they not? I just found it a bit strange. Like,
maybe in February, yeah, it's a bit weird, but I mean, a lot of times during the World Cup, guys were going down because it was super warm.
yeah,
over
yeah,
there,
no,
but
but that's what I'm saying. But just on your average day,
Yeah.
it's not too hot, it's not too cold.
You're
and-
right. For athletes, you get something in your body that's going to make sure that you're not
Yeah.
cramping up. Yeah.
In my opinion. But as a strange one, that it clearly looks to me, and I try not to buy into the press too much because they're always picking on somebody. But
Sarri's turn.
Sarri's,
He's the one who's
yeah.
going to get forced out next.
yeah, but the thing is, as well as that, what are they going to do? Because who's going to want to take that job knowing that they can't buy players for the two windows, so they can't actually buy anyone until next summer.
2 years, I believe it is.
20, I'm sure it was
Was it
20,
2 windows?
It was
I
2
thought it was
windows. I
2
thought.
years.
Why can't they buy someone for 2 years?
So is it the
Tapping up and signing players all under sort of dodgy transfers, that kind of stuff.
thing as well though is, have you seen the amount of players they've got out on loan?
Yeah.
They've got like enough for like 3 squads worth of first team players out on loan, and a lot of these are decent players as well. So it might not be the buying, but I think the where they're going to get rid of Sarri is who's going to take on that job, knowing that they can't make any changes that they would want to make for 2 years.
See, if it was me, I would just be like that. Like, obviously, he's on his way out. I mean, let's not beat around the bush. They got humped 6-0 by Man City a few weeks ago.
12 goals in 3 games, pretty much. They shipped.
Yes, I don't.
That goalie should have fucking walled out the field.
And
But then, do you know what made
they
it
got
really...
beat by Bournemouth.
Oh, of course. Why you sound so surprised?
Because you didn't
4-0.
know that shit.
Yeah, but Bournemouth beat them 4-0.
Yeah, I thought
You-
I thought I misread that the day it happened. Like it was
Long
flicking
the
through Twitter, and I was
cherries.
like, that must have been back to front. I've obviously read that number wrong. I was like, no, Jesus Christ.
What do you do with that, man? Like, if that's one of your fucking teammates, it's just, I find it odd that nobody was just like, can't get the fuck off the park, man.
It does show now, and like we talked about this with the Man United thing with Jose Mourinho. It's like it shows now the power
Players are in charge.
that players have
Yeah.
is mental. Can you imagine if somebody tried to do that even maybe 10 years ago? The backlash the player would have got. But now nobody's talking about the attitude of the keeper. We're all
Well,
chatting about Sarri fucking shitting it.
Well, yeah, there you go. And then, you know, to top it off, you saw that he nearly saved one of the penalties. It was a threat, and it squirmed right underneath him.
Aye.
So, you know, he had the opportunity to make himself a hero.
Did you see that? Did you see Hazard's penalty?
but he made
Chipped
himself look like a dick.
What did he do?
No, the keeper's made himself
Oh,
look
the
like
keeper
a dick.
made himself look like
He
a
could have
dick,
made
huh?
himself look like a hero, but he's just made everything 10 times worse now.
He's only a young boy as well, is he not?
Yeah, kind of
20 or something like that.
Balaga or
Kepa or something like that.
Yeah, however you say his second name though.
Twat.
What an idiot, man. Do you know what I mean? But it just goes to show you, fucking Sarri's on his way out, and the power all lies with the players these days. It's mental, eh?
There's an update. I'm not going to pronounce his last name, but it says Kepa leaves Chelsea training ground as Maurizio Sarri takes session. So it's still brewing.
I would, but if you did that in your job,
Oh, aye.
you'd get
You're fired, or at least suspended. You
Yeah,
get
you get in
suspended.
trouble. It's dissent, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. It's respecting a superior.
I think he's going to hate going the Tom Brady
Sin bin.
shit list this week.
Yeah, came up with stick. Who was the other one? All the Man United team, they can go in there as well.
Why Man United?
Because they've done it to Mourinho. As much as I don't like Mourinho, do you know what I mean? You got to respect the office type of thing. Fuck Mourinho, he can go in too though.
Mourinho.
I think that's us for the week.
A long one this week.
It was, I enjoyed
Yeah,
that.
it was a good
Thank you
one.
very much, Kenny, for coming on and talking us through. Like you say,
Cheers very much, guys.
Take a photo of the poster, take a photo of the belt, and we've got all the
Yeah,
details of the
good
event signed, put up on the page as well. Have you got anything you want to shout out, any social medias, or do you want to take us through the event? What's the details?
Well, the event's on 30th of March in Peterhead. There'll be a bus running from Perth up to the event and back. If anyone's wanting to come, they can. I could do with the support, to be honest. Very nervous about it, so the more support the better. I've not arranged times for the bus to leave yet because obviously I need to know how many's coming.
Yeah.
But if anyone wants to get in touch, they can get me on Facebook or contact yourselves.
Yeah,
and I'll get
message
them
the
in.
page, we'll pass anything on,
Get
right?
the phone number. But obviously you could put it on.
Yeah, I will get that. No worries.
If anyone wants to come, it'd be more appreciated.
Excellent.
Nice.
We are on Facebook, Podbean, Monkey Sword Fight Podcast. You can email us.
Email us your clean agony Andes,
Look,
please.
they don't even need to be clean, but I will say the agony Andy that we received from an unnamed listener was disgusting.
It was absolutely filthy.
Get new friends, tell your pal he's an awful human being. I'm not going into any further detail. We might one day put that email somewhere.
Maybe we'll put an edited version out at some point.
Yeah, we'll see if we can, like, because it was...
My mom listens to this.
Yeah.
Our moms listen to this.
My mum loves a laugh, and she's not offended by much, but that is minging. Absolutely minging.
Even I sat here and was like, I don't even know if I could talk about that. And you know me, boys, I'll say anything.
we don't have enough beeps in the computer
there's
to
enough.
beep all this out.
There's like... Grim. Just, you know who you are. I don't know who you are. I only know your pal who's dobbed you in it. But whoever you are, you're grotty. Absolutely grotty.
Happens to the best of us. Stays firm.
Oh, no.
Anyway, thank you very much for those who have listened. Like I said, we're on Facebook and Podbean, Monkey Sword Fight Podcast. Let's push us over that 5K and get on to the next
It's happening
milestone.
this week.
Oh, I'll be done by tomorrow morning. No bother. Easy.
I think, like I say, if you want to sponsor us as well, you can get in contact with us, monkeyswordfightpodcast@gmail.com. No business too big or small.
And get in now before Baynes gets in there.
Yeah,
and
for
once
real.
they start throwing that money at us, kiss your small business goodbye.
Like I say, even if you
No,
want
I'll take multiple sponsors. You can get somebody
shit,
on.
sorry.
You get that. You get
Yeah,
that
look, you got
pre-roll.
a no obligation inquiry. If you want to ask us about our reach and what we can do for your business, get in
Yeah,
touch.
we'll give you some stats.
Yeah.
We're Baynes loyal, but we can also be insert your business here loyal.
Yeah.
So there
I'm
you go.
loyal to anything that's paying me that cheddar. Just get that cash out.
Sell out.
I'm on Twitter at Wagwan Patrice.
I am also on Twitter at _mdots.
I'm lurking about at Macapella.
I'm at MSF_podcast.
Yes.
Is that the right one?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the one.
Fucking nailed it. Right.
Maybe.
Thank you very much for everyone's listening. Thank you again to Kenny for coming along.
Thank you, sir.
Take care. We will speak to you soon. Peace.
Peace.